Great day to be a Tiger. JSU By 40 campaign. Coach Taylor, I was just thinking, I was sitting in my office and we were talking about Jackson State athletics, the tradition of Jackson State. You played here. What if 50,000 alums gave $40 a month for 12 months?
Man, that would be huge. That's money in the bank for athletic program.
Let's do this, Coach. I'm challenging all 50,000 alumni of Jackson State University, supporters, fans. Let's give $40 a month to JSU By 40 campaign. 12 months, 12 million. September to August, let's win championships in the classroom. Let's support Jackson State University. Let's support athletics. And let's make sure our coaches and our student athletes are successful. So again, Coach Taylor and I are challenging you, all 50,000 alums, $40 a month for 12 months to support Jackson State athletics. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Support the JSU By 40 campaign. Visit gojsutigers.com/JSU By 40.
What's good? What's good? Good evening, everybody. What's going on, man? Happy Monday. Go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Let everybody know we live. Everybody be on in a little bit. Zoe will be on probably at the 30-minute mark of the show. Is working, going into the busy part of the year. And so, you know, yours truly. And I'm sure TDE will be on at some point. Not sure if Nook will be on tonight, but the show goes on. We're going to do what we always do. What's good to everybody in the chat? And just like clockwork, there go Brother TD, Mr. Golden Fish himself. What's up, big dog?
What's up, bro? What's going on?
You got it, man. I finally got everything. You bombarded me today, bro. With all
man,
so I was able to look. I was able to grab all the content and put that thing together. I had to try to figure out how I want to do it, but just hell of a job, man. Grabbing the content, you did a phenomenal job, man. Getting some crowd footage, getting some tailgate content, because that's what the people wanted. And Mr. Golden Fish himself showed up with the camera, did his thing. Shout out to
did you see the Golden Fish though?
Huh? I saw that golden chicken. I saw all that good stuff, man. Hey, real quick, man. Hey, shout out to my brother Merch Pack for sending the hoodie. He sent the his logo, man. This is the football fan club. I think that's their brand. Shout out to Merch. All of the black logo, all the black hoodies. I got on black today because it's a blackout this weekend. You know, we standing on business, like my brother Amago Ball just said. We standing on business this weekend. We got Texas Southern coming home. And Brother Ephraim, what's good, Brother Ephraim? Rocking the logo as always. Appreciate the support. Good to see you over the weekend. He said he heard they breaking up. Hey, man, they're going to have to take this off me. I don't never take this off, man. I represent the motherland. Those know for my Nigerian roots, man. So nevertheless, Brother TD, you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, man, for the night.
Hey, first of all, good evening, Tiger Nation. What's up, KT Dub? What's up, Brother Ephraim? Man, Brother Ephraim be there, you know what I'm saying, representing on him, man.
Hey, he be representing, bro.
I thought he gonna pull out the trombone, bro. I thought he gonna pull out the
Yes, indeed, man. Hey, thank you, sis. All the y'all know who was behind the camera. See, I ain't even put that last one out. I got a little tailgate, little tiger bus. I got one more. I got a little bit left in the tank to put out.
I didn't see I didn't get a chance to watch the last one you dropped, so I don't know what else you got.
Tailgate. It's all the tailgate. I put that thing together. It came together just fine. You got to see it though, man, because I shouted you out. I shouted KT Dub out there, and look, everybody had their own little moment, man. And you'll like it when you see it, man. It's about a 13-minute long video. So yeah, man. Good stuff.
Man, that's good stuff, man. I had a chance to watch some of it, man. I also beautiful, nice stadium, man. I mean, it was pretty. I mean, I can't complain about that, man. I know a lot of people in the chat was talking about the crowd. We control their crowd, but we was up in there. And if the boom had to come, man, we probably wouldn't have had nowhere to sit. I can't hear you. You muted. Hey.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I had muted myself because I got the fan on in this thing. But oh yeah, you're right. If the fan, listen, if it wouldn't have rained, bro, we would have packed that thing out, man. I'm telling you. I know that rain scared a few folks off, but we still showed up very well, man. We did.
It was loud. It was loud.
You can hear it on the video, though. So that's why I said you got to go. The crowd video with Calvin on there. I caught a cramp, by the way, for those that don't know. I did catch a cramp. I got excited, man, and that Cal must have started, start locking up on me, man. All that walking and tail, all that good stuff, man.
Hey, man, bro, Ephraim said they told him to leave that trombone in the car. So he come bring it in.
That is weekend party bus. Yeah, that's true. It was another party bus that was supposed to show up that wound up canceling the last minute, but it's all good. It was a great turnout, man. Shout out to brother Darius Kennebrew, who just had a great moment on that video. Shout out to I gotta go back to your name, sis. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro. I'm gonna pull a name. I don't want to mess names up. You know how I get, bro. So
yeah, man.
All the way right. Ebony Higgins. I knew it was Ebony, but I wanted to get a last name too. Shout out to Ebony Higgins. She's the president of the Metro Little Rock Alumni Chapter, and brother Darius Kennebrew, man, and they did a great job hosting it. Shout out to everybody they introduced themselves on the video. So go check the video out when we get off the show if you haven't. But it was a great time, man. Great time.
I mean, but here's the thing: Darius Kennebrew is the younger brother of is it David Kennebrew, the former running back? And he was telling me that his brother's out in Atlanta now. He's a seamstress and doing a lot of good things like that, man. So I need this information.
Hey, there you go, man. Y'all make sure y'all get that information over to brother TD. And appreciate it, Sister Haley. It was a great time, KT Dub, man. You had the moves. I didn't know you knew the whole dance, bro.
Oh, Taylor.
Yeah, I didn't know he had the whole dance, TD.
Who talking about KT Dub?
Uh-oh, I don't know. This logo means something coming, y'all. That means the mad scientist has arrived. He got something cooking, man.
What you got?
When he put that logo, when he put that little demon, he on demon time. That means he cooking up something, TD.
hey, man, when I see Austin, man, I be looking for him to play some Jamaican stuff, man. Austin be on it, man.
Yeah, he do, bro. He do, man. That's right, bro. Bro was getting down, man. He dipping in everything. Getting low with it.
I know the face of the expression what got me.
Hey, for real, man. But now, man, we got a lot to get into tonight, man. It's been a crazy day out on social media, man. I know you're not on Twitter. Good thing you're not. Man, Jack State is ruthless, man. I Twitter the Twitter representatives for the I Love Jackson State was in rare form today, man. And I'm telling you, we guarded the yard today, ruffled a few feathers out there, man. We were the aggressors today. A lot of times people like to come and kick on us. We put our comeback boots on today and we was kicking shins. We was kicking shins today. JSU Twitter was just, whew. I said, my goodness, I had people, because, we you know, we'll get into that later on, man. We'll get into that. We ain't gonna get into that right now off top. You know, we're gonna keep about the JSU business, and we'll see where it goes, man. It was a weird day out there today. Not weird, but it was an interesting day. Intense. Right. Yeah, X has been on fire today, dipping in everything. Receipts on top of receipts. Oh boy, 1 second, brother. Hang tight. I'm gonna have to grab my I don't have my battery plugged up. Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta plug up my actual charger. My battery just got low. What was I thinking? Go ahead, TD. You got it. I'm on mute.
All right. The football girl, I appreciate that. Yes. We did get out there and represent the alumni band for homecoming. Glad you enjoyed it. You know, we wanted to make sure that, I mean, with us being Tiger Nation, a Tiger family, you know, we talk, I mean, we majority football over here, but hey, we do love the boom now. No, as a matter of fact, somebody questioned me about that. Say, hey man, I thought y'all just covered football. So nah, we love the boom too. I mean, we might not talk about it all the time, but you know what I'm saying? The boom is out there. So we did do some stuff. We recorded the homecoming, the alumni band coming in, had a few rounds of section with the former drum majors and some section with Brother Ephraim and his trombone crew, the drum line, percussions, you know, all that good stuff. So there are currently some videos out there if you hadn't watched it from Arkansas. So go out there and check them out. Just like with this screen, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, make comments, let us know what you think. Trust me, Ken Clark gonna go through and read everything that you put in there. And I will too. We appreciate you guys rocking with us. So what are y'all looking for? What are y'all looking for Saturday?
Yeah,
what's going on?
Right.
Talk to me.
Show gonna read all them comments. Here we go. I'm plugged up now. Sorry about that.
You ain't gonna read every comment and respond to them.
Hey, and if it's crazy, I'm gonna block you. I ain't gonna waste too much time with it. I've been handing out blocks left and right. What's up, Jerome in the house? I said Jerome in the house. Oh, wow, oh, wow. Watch your mouth.
Yeah, I'm like here tripping.
Junk in the trunk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, it is Scorpio season. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it's some shout out to everybody out there, you know, celebrating during this Scorpio season. You know what I'm saying? And mad love to everybody, man. So come on in the room, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Action-packed show tonight, man. Yeah, bro. We had a matter of fact, what we'll do is we'll start here. Since we're here. Let's jump into these preliminaries real quick while we're on PD. Like I said, Zoe will be on at the 30-minute mark, and then we'll open it up. We got a lot to talk about. We want everybody to come up. We still don't have a president. We don't have an update on the search yet. What is going on with the IHL? What is going on with the JSU search committee? I just got to check my phone. Let me see what we got here, man. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking at a little something. Let me see. Oh, yeah, it's about to be crazy. It's about to be crazy, dog. All of us just saying stay tuned, man. It's about to be a good day, man. It's about to be good. It's a great day to be a Tiger. Now, listen, let me move this out the way, TD. Y'all must have thought just because we ain't playing for the SWAC championship this year that this thing don't stop. This train gonna keep on rolling. Look, man, I just sit here all evening, man. I'm watching the Florida Gators documentary. You know, the Florida Gators with Urban Meyer, the documentary on Netflix. I'll say this too. You got that right. Big things are coming from the foundation, man. That's right, KT Dub, for huge. But let me say this, man. I was watching, you know, when Tebow played and everything.
Right.
They won a championship. Then the expectations after winning the championship was enormous. They didn't win the next year, TD. They got 2 losses. And then they came back the following year. They won again. So they won 3 championships in 2 seasons. And then that following year, it just kind of the expectation was just unrealistic. So they was talking about how difficult it is to maintain and continue to win every single year. It's not easy, man. What we did, shout out to the 21 and 22 teams. They came in, they won SWAC championships. We didn't get a Celebration Bowl, but nevertheless, this was a rebuild year, kind of a retooling, reestablishing the foundation under our new head coach, TC Taylor. Secured a winning season on Saturday. And look, man, Jack State is in great position. We finished this season, TD, 8-3. We go into the offseason with phenomenal momentum. We go into the offseason with a quarterback that's hot. We go into the offseason kind of knowing who our signal call is going to be. So you can recruit to that. You know what I mean? You come back, and we're no longer the hunted. Now we're doing the hunting. FAMU is going to be the hunted next year. And I'm telling you, you got to keep that hunger up. You got to keep that fervor. You got to keep that fight. And sometimes when you're on top for so long, you get numb to it, TD. So you kind of got to get punched in the mouth sometimes and then come back. That's why they celebrate the champions who did the three-peats. That's why people value what Michael Jordan, Kobe, and Shaq did, because it's so darn hard to three-peat, bro. It's difficult. So we say our congratulations to those who won. Happy birthday, Sinead. Happy birthday. What's up, big? Hey, I know. Hey, where you was at, DJ? Where you was at, Mr. Stevens? Where was you at, man?
What DJ? Where is he? What do you say,
not
Keith?
DJ, but this.
I know you're talking about.
This big Dwayne, man.
Yeah,
Hey, baby boy had a good Saturday, man. Man, EA, if you, I ain't gonna do this with you tonight, EA. I promise to God, I ain't gonna do it. That's your one comment. I done said congratulations. We ain't doing that. Hey, I got my mute button on speed dial tonight. So this is the Jackson State show. Don't like it, don't watch it. And the hell with whoever the other person they're talking about. All these people that be watching us and be hating. All right, now let's move on. I stand on that because ain't none of them gonna do nothing to say nothing. All they do is troll on Twitter, jump in your inbox, say stupid stuff. They watch. So I got somebody was talking smack because we was dialoguing. Anyway, let me leave that alone. It go left real fast. But breaking shots fired on Colorado campus. Is that for real? Anyway, that's their business. They got a police department over there. We're gonna get back to the Jack State business and what we were talking about. So yeah. Oh, yeah, he said your bus didn't make. Oh, you were going to be on the bus. Oh, man. Hey, baby boy had a good Saturday, man. 3 touchdowns, 99 yards, 3 receptions. Huge day for him, man. We was proud of him, and we absolutely loved what he had to do. Had a great time, man. He looked like that first team all SWAC tight end that he was heralded as the first, when the first rankings came out. I think the Legacy Bowl needs to go ahead and give my little brother an invite. Go on, get that. It said yes, an attempted robbery. Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, yeah, that we ain't breaking no news. That they got it. Boulder they got a police department. Let them call that. We wish everybody well, but back to the Jack State business. So, anywho, yeah, man, great day for DJ at the office, man. A great day, man. We was happy to see the tight ends get some love, man. They showed some major love for the tight ends. And Hayden Hagler had a touchdown. DJ Stevens had a touchdown. That's understandable, last-minute emergency council. But, yeah, man. Yeah, I know you was excited. I know you was like, dang, man, I know you wanted to be there. But Calvin them held it down, though. Brother Young and them held it down. It was a great time, man. It was a great time. Said that's a troll, y'all. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I want all the trolls to speak up at one time. So if you troll, I like when trolls speak. Y'all got a one comment limit. So whenever that one comment come through, we get real active with you, and we love when you get the yapping and talking and stuff, man. But it's a lot of foolishness out there today, TD. And I'm gonna just tell you so you don't know if you don't know, because I know you're not really hip to social media, not really in tune to it too much, but. Colorado played UCLA, Pasadena, and they obviously the players got some stuff stolen from them out of the locker room. So people had a field day with that because they felt like coach that made a big announcement when he was in Jackson, the stuff got misplaced, and he got his stuff back. And then he, went berserk in the press conference. Y'all know what happened. And then people felt like he should have said some things after the fact. He didn't. It's kind of a double standard. So people, with the point that Jackson was making was, when it happened, all of us have to suffer because of the hands of one stupid person that did something dumb. Now it happens in another location, in a white suburban area at the historic Rose Bowl Coliseum, and same thing happens, so it can happen anywhere. So people were just kind of saying, all right, what you gonna say now? And the those that love Brother Prime is going those that love Deion gonna come and defend it no matter what. And then you got those that's gonna be like, look, man, this is what it is. So that's kind of how Twitter went down this today.
Yeah, man. I caught some of that. I understood some of that, but I try not to, try not to read, too much into it. Try not to trip too much on some other people's demise, as it does, it does mess with you a little bit on the inside to be like, okay, but you saying all that, that there's no crime there and this and that. But I knew better when it was said, because I watched Dateline.
Hey, that was a mic drop. Keep going. No. Hey, y'all, I'm gonna say this publicly. TD, can you do me a favor? TD, Zoe, everyone that's on the panel, when you get done talking, say, I'm done with that comment for now. And then I'll speak. Because what happens is, TD, I'm in California, you in Jackson.
Right.
You may stop, and I may think you done, and I may start talking. And I got somebody gonna come in the comments and say, Ken, I wish you would let them finish their point. Y'all always jumping in. So I'm gonna shut up until you say you done. Then I'm gonna say, because I got my pen right here, bro. I'm gonna do like you do. I'm gonna write my note down. And so if something come to mind, I'm gonna write it down and make a note. So I ain't got to listen to it because I'm done. I'm done. We did this a whole year. I'm done, TD. I'm not going back and forth.
No, man.
I'm not. You come in the comment section, you say something stupid, you're blocked. Mutombo, not in my house. You see it right there? Blocked.
Hey, kid, I guess I ain't the only about to watch Dateline, bro. So they knew it was crime out there.
Hey, we all knew it was crime out there, man.
Shoot. Anyway, it's all
good.
Hey,
look, I got the notes. I'm trying to get better at this, man. I'm telling you the reason why I sometimes that stuff, you got to rush and get it out, TD, because you've been there forgot. Dog, I hate when I lose my thought. So I just make myself a little mental note, and I come back to it. So, anywho, are you done, brother TD?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. But
I just want to make sure, man, before I keep going there. Good evening, Granny Ann. Here we go, Granny Ann, man. You got a chance to meet Granny Ann for the first time.
I knew what you were when I saw her face, man. She just never just formally, introduced herself. So great to meet you, Granny Ann. Man, Granny Ann.
Hey, Miss Mac, they ain't got to leave me alone. I'm gonna leave them alone. You ain't got to worry about what TD say. I read everything. Everything with a fine-tooth comb. What's good, brother Poe? How you doing, brother? He said, I didn't have crime out there. I watched Dayline.
I knew what he said. I'm like, he must have watched Dayline. Heavy having a series. They had a different crime out there, man.
No, man. No, it's you know what, bro? It's the thing that, let me say this, and I'm gonna stop being goofy for a quick second. Let me turn this fan off for a second.
All right, man, I'm done.
No, I'm gonna stop. No, I'm not done, but I'm gonna stop being goofy. I'm gonna make a serious point.
Okay.
Stop playing in our face, man. That's what the citizens of Jackson is saying. We tired of people playing in our face. We not stupid. If y'all remember when Deion Sanders left Jackson State, I was pissed off, but I wasn't just pissed off because he left. I was pissed off because of how it ended. I didn't want it to end that way. Because we knew he was going to leave at some point. I wanted Jackson State to be celebrated. I wanted him to be celebrated. That was my initial thoughts. When things when things started getting out in the public that would paint Jackson and Jackson State into a negative light, again, some Black folks that elevate in a monetary bracket, we're in a capitalistic society, TD. But sometimes when people get to a certain level, they lose touch of the things that affect the normal citizen, right?
Right.
And we tend to be very dismissive of the things that may affect someone else that you don't have to deal with because you ain't on that level no more.
Right.
But the ones that help you stay on that level are the ones that you tend to crap on. You know what I'm saying? Them ones that's down there are the ones that's buying the merch, that's watching it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm very matter of fact by this. Man, there's a lot of good people that ain't got money, bro. Money don't make you good, dog.
A lot of times those are the best.
And it's a lot of people. You want to say Mississippi is the poorest state in the union? That's cool. That's cool. But guess what? It's rich in a whole lot of hospitality, love, genuineness, authenticity. When folks in Jackson, Mississippi love you, bro, they love you for real. And you know what? Folk don't ask for no whole lot coming from where we come from, TD. You know that.
Right.
You know what Jackson wanted?
What's that?
Bro, you got a big old platform, bro. Man, stop these people from punching us in the damn teeth.
That's all.
All you got to do is go out there and say, wait a minute, y'all. Jackson was good to me and my family. Y'all don't have to do that. Ashley Robinson gave me my opportunity. Now I'm going to Colorado, but y'all don't need to do that to them. My son is an alum now. You follow what I'm talking about? We made history. We had a good 2-year run. And you know what? When people end relationships and it was nasty, you know the one that get the most respect are the ones that come and be like, you know what, bro? Man, we went through some stuff, man, but I ain't gonna badmouth her. Man, she good people, man. She all right, bro. We ain't together no more, but I don't have to tear her down to give myself a light. And this is a saying. I was talking to my friend on yesterday. It's 3 quotes that I live by, TD, that are important to me, that have stuck with me. Let me say it this way. One quote was, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. My number 2 quote was, it's a James Baldwin quote. To be relatively conscious as a Black man in America or a Black person in America would mean that you would have to be angry almost every day. To be relatively conscious as a Black person in America would mean that you would have to be angry almost every single day because of the stuff we have to deal with. Another one, I think it was MLK. Correct me if I'm wrong. It says that if you are okay with my oppression, then you too are my oppressor. We don't have a problem when people, like if me and you are in battle, TD.
Right.
Let me say it now. I ain't gonna say it that way. I'm being some wrongdoing is happening to me. You know it's wrong. Everybody know it's wrong. You my brother, TD. If I'm in this house getting screwed over, I expect my enemy to screw me over.
Right.
But if Terrante Day comes out of that room and see me getting screwed over
and walk by
and act like it ain't no big deal, Terrante Day and our relationship is done.
Yes, sir.
We don't ever have to talk in life again, brother.
Yes, sir.
Because you okay with me getting kicked, bro. And I thought you loved me. And that is the problem. That is what happened. That's what happened. I don't care what nobody else says. That is what happened. We didn't want nothing else. Awful. And don't tell me it couldn't have been done, because when that young man from Colorado State went out there and laid Travis Hunter out and put him out for games, Travis Hunter went out there and winded down that young man. And you know that wasn't just on his own accord. And the head coach got up there and made a stand and said, no. Don't send no death threats to that young man. He's a good young man. He's just a game of football. You can't be a a multi-million billion-dollar media industry that can control narratives, create narratives, drive things, do whatever you want to do with this big old media machine. You can stop anything and start anything. And you chose to not stop the bull junk when you knew what the truth was. And that's the problem that most people have with him. It ain't got nothing to do with no championships. It ain't got nothing to do with no field. It ain't got nothing to do with no half and no salary. All of that is appreciated, bro. Because all of that stuff happened while we were together. I'm not an Indian giver, bro. And I'm talking about just in general. I'm too principled for that. If me and you were together, bro, and you told me something in confidence, TD, even if me and you fall out, whatever you told me in confidence stays in confidence. I'm not gonna go and start singing, bro, because me and you don't rock with each other no more.
Exactly.
Because if you come to me and tell me something, if you come to me, bro, and we ride into Pine Bluff, and you start revealing secrets of somebody that used to be your homeboy just because y'all ain't homeboys no more, I ain't telling you nothing else. At all. Well, you gonna do me the same way, man.
At all, precise.
Just saying, that's what principle looks like.
That's where I rock. But you know what? I will add to even add on to what you were saying, what you are saying, and this is the way I rock as well. I'm not knocking. First of all, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people hold money to a higher standard. Don't get me wrong. We all need it. We all like nice things, want nice things. We want to be able to survive. I understand. But money is not bigger than my friendship with you or my brothers and sisters out here in Tiger Nation. I'm not going to mess over you for that. With that being said, get your bag. Understand your bag. But I'm putting myself in a situation. And if I took that journey out there and I seen all that going on with my city, my state, my hometown, school I grew up around, liking and loving. Now, I'm not saying this wasn't done. But I'll approach that and be like, hey, can we not do this? I know I made the transition. You know what I'm saying? But can we not sit? I mean, I wouldn't be able to sit back and let it go down like that. You know what I'm saying? If I left this team, King, and went somewhere else and someone started, I'm like, no, let's not do that. You know what I'm saying? Let's move on in that direction. I'm rocking here, but I'm not finna sit back. I'm not finna throw dirt on them. I'm not gonna allow you to. There's no need for it. I'll leave that at that.
Great point, bro. And that's all I'm saying. So today was an interesting day. You hurt a lot of people. A lot of people were hurt, man. You got to understand something. When we say we love Jackson State. For many of us, we feel like that's the one thing that we might have. For some, it may be one of many things. But for a lot of people, Jackson State is that happy place for them. You know what I'm saying? And what tends to happen is we already dealing with a lot, bro. We don't even have a president right now. A young man just lost his life, and the entire community mourned. He was buried on Saturday. And people using stuff like that as means to troll and slap you in the face with it. And TD, we got to wear that hat, bro. We can't dodge it, because when you wear the Jackson State hat, you wear everything that come with it, good, bad, or indifferent, right? But no matter how much you want to try to poop on JSU or any other HBCU for that matter, we made history by doing something that nobody else would do. And it was like, we gave you an opportunity that nobody else gave you. And all we wanted, we didn't even look, we were well together. And if I'll say to those who like to come in and defend everything and they act like we don't have the right to feel how we feel, you know, us the Negroes over here, we don't have the right to have emotions about the stuff that has been afflicted towards us. If for nothing more, all we wanted was, say, bro, were we in this together? Just stop that. You can stop that. And then you're gonna walk into your elevation in your next phase and be great. And we can just seal it right there. I've been through some terrible relationships, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And, I've been through a divorce before, you know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, man, when you have kids with someone that you're no longer in a relationship with, TD, I will not have a conversation with my daughters about their mother in a negative light. I don't care what that woman and I went through. Because at the end of the day, that's their mother, man. Her relationship with her ain't the same as mine. You know what I'm saying? So you get that through maturation and stuff like that. So you learn to be more principled. And what tends to happen is this is the other side of the Bible Belt. So when you come into the Bible Belt and you play on people's hearts and you use religion and God and that type of stuff, you tug on people's hearts. And people will give you that last when you mention God, bro, because that's how we get down. Now, what comes with the God effect in this world, in the South, is morals. We have a moral compass that's a little different than some folk that's more intellectual. You got folks that's into Scientology, and we ain't knocking nobody. We got a lot of folk that's into different types of stuff that they worship, bro. But most of the time, folks that's religiously and spiritually grounded tend to have morals, and they tend to do unto others as you would have them do unto you, trying to go by that code, right? You want to treat people with respect and integrity and stuff like that, whether the relationship is intact or not. So I just wanted to add context to those. We ain't forgot. I don't get into the striking. All I did was put an emoji out that I'm putting the seat down. I'm like, I want to see this because I do want to see. You don't sit up here and act like we ain't saw what you know. When folk want to come on here and talk about Jackson, bro, we are Jackson, man. And people, it's almost like they talk about you behind your back when you represent a Jackson or something like that. We ain't respected and looked upon as much of nothing outside of it. So it's almost like, how dare you value that little old school? You know what I'm saying? So you fast forward, you got to ask yourself, we're in the media game now, TD. I could take that content that you recorded and we could use it and make it into whatever we want to make it into, right? We can create a narrative with the content. Why does this is what I have to ask. Why did the world have to know that what happened? When you look at the video, that conversation was already gone. Meaning that the conversation of whatever was stolen was already had. But now the cameras are rolling. And now you get them in an area where everybody that had their stuff stolen, kind of in a sense, is kind of all in one little area and the camera's rolling. And now it's like they got to say it again for the cameras. And you know what's not being talked about today? The fact that Colorado was 4-4 and they lost the game. They got destroyed by UCLA, even though UCLA had more turnovers. Nobody's talking about the game. People are talking about the soundbite from the coach of replacing the old lineman, and they're talking about somebody may say, I thought this was JSU Sports Talk. It is. We are talking about Jack State. We having a little revision this history, and we're gonna get into what we're gonna get into. Because we know what people came to listen to and talk about. So we can go ahead and get it out of the way. And if you don't like it, you can exit the door and you can say whatever you want to say. Because you say something crazy, I'm gonna block you. It is what it is. So that's all.
In the room, hit that like button
for sure. But so what I'm saying is that that's how that works. And I just got to say this, brother. We're not going to the Celebration Bowl this year. But my goodness, man, I'm happy that TC Taylor is our head coach. I love what he's doing. I love the foundation that he is building. I am excited about the future of Jackson State football because I know, and you see it. You're up close and personal to see some of the stuff that's happening, brother. And we're building this thing brick by brick by brick. And we're going to build it the right way because the programs right now that are on top was built organically. I want to send a huge shout out to Coach Trey Oliver, head coach of North Carolina Central, who's have a monster program over there in Durham, North Carolina, and Raleigh in the area in North Carolina Central. They're 7-1. You shout out head coach Willie Simmons for the great job that he's done in Tallahassee with the FAMU. I think that the end of the season is going to be FAMU versus North Carolina Central. That's the game that the HBCU world needs to see. We need to see that game because those are the two best teams right now. But I got to tell you, you got to come to Jackson next year. And I'm telling you, we finna build this thing, man. We finna build this thing up, and we ain't got to worry about none of that other stuff no more, man. TC Taylor is like that. And for those of I'm not gonna take any shots at any of Jack State folk. I love our fans, passionate as we can be. Get behind Coach TC Taylor, man. Get behind Coach TC Taylor, man, and let's give him all the support he needs. Let's get behind his staff, and let's get behind these players, man, and love on them and support them. I'm telling y'all, man, TD was right there, man. It got loud up in that thing, didn't it, bro? And it was a sight to see. You think them players don't know how appreciative they are? You think they don't see? You think the players don't see? Oh, here comes Zoe. I'm glad Zoe pulled up right on time, brother. Boy, you right on time. You think I know you've been busting your butt, but you think them players wasn't ecstatic, TD, to look back there and say, man, we got more fans. We 4 hours away from our campus, and we got more fans in the stands than these folks. They at the crib. You follow what I'm saying? And in the rain. You know what I'm saying? So I shut up and I pause on that, and then I let Zoe come in. Go ahead, TD.
Hey, let me top off what you were saying. I want to say this. Like you said, let's continue to support Coach Taylor. He is building a magnificent program, I believe. And you just got to talk about Coach Trey Oliver, which is, he come from that stock, that tree. He been around that. He's seen how that pedigree was done and how it was built. And although a lot of stuff is going on, the way that it is going on, in Colorado, I never really spoke on this in public, and I'm not gonna go into deep, much details about it now. But I don't wish harm and negativity upon anybody. However, you gotta understand. My grandma used to always say, if you make a bed, you gotta lie in it. You know what I'm saying? When you dig one ditch, dig one grave, you might well dig another one. So we're gonna continue to push forward with this JSU platform, with the JSU thing, and not really be concerned about what goes on anywhere else, and let the cards fall where they may.
Hey, Zoe pulled up right at the right time. That's a great question, and it's also a good segue for him to come on in there because he can give you a great update on kind of how recruiting is going. But what's up, bro?
What up, Zoe?
What's up, Ken? What's up, TD? What's up, the I Love family? Sorry for the tardiness, man.
It's all good.
With the recruiting, yeah, man, recruiting's going great. We actually talked last Wednesday, I believe it was, when we mentioned the receiver that we got from the commitment from the last JUCO receiver that we got, which was a 3-star. And if you ask how recruiting's going, let me just tell you unequivocally right now, we have hands down the best recruiting class in the SWAC right now. When we talk about commitments as of today, we have hands down the best recruiting class so far right now, as of today. Again, that's got to land to actual physical signees, but that's another conversation for another day. But to answer your question, recruiting is going absolutely amazing. When you talk about the things that we need, when you talk about what our strengths and weaknesses are on the current team as we see fit, the recruiting is matching those efforts. You look at what we're bringing back for 2024 with the progression into next year's team. And like I told you guys, you have a lot to be excited about because, again, when we did this last show on Friday, I told you, you look at what Jacobian's first start was against Alabama State, how you looked, and now you saw progression into week 2 against Pine Bluff. Now you want to see even more growth going into the next game against Texas Southern. Can he maintain the throw for another 300-yard game? Because if he scratches 275 to 300 yards next week, again, that's progression and consistency. Now you're talking about now when you talk about going into next year, returning quarterbacks. I mean, when you look at the landscape of the conference, I mean, will easily probably be picked to finish first in the division going into 2024. When you look at loaded running back room. Everybody's coming back. You're gonna lose maybe 2 receivers. Everything else is coming back, and we've already got some commitments coming in to replace those. We have dominated with the majority of the commitments being on the O-line, and you see how we progressed from last year to this year, and we have some more guys coming in that regard. You're talking about Ethan Terrell being committed right now, who's one of the best quarterbacks in the state of Texas, and that's coming in behind possibly the red shirt behind, Jacoby Morgan, who has 2 years left of eligibility after this season. Then, so you look at what our defensive issues are. We're talking about tackling. We're talking about maybe some pass rushers and linebackers, and you can see where those offers are going. And then you even look on the defensive side in the DB position and what we're offering and the commitments that we have so far. So the recruiting is going swell, and we'll be one of the top 2 to 3 teams, preferably top 2 and not number 2 going into next season, no matter who wins the SWAC championship game. Because FAMU's losing a lot, losing the quarterback. They got to bring in a new one. And even if you take it between Southern, Alcorn, or even Prairie View's out of it now. So now there's only mathematical teams available on the west side is Alcorn, Grambling, and Southern. And of those 3, only Grambling will bring in a returning quarterback. So we're sitting pretty.
Recruiting get a little tricky because even like I love what you said. So we want to pause on the right now part. That's what he heavy emphasis on the right now, because the questions asked right now, a lot can change between now and then. You can have some unexpected players enter the portal. Some other schools can hit a home run through the portal on some players. We don't know, man. It's all moving. It's all NFL free agency until we know. I think we'll evaluate it level by level.
Yes, Doyle has 1 more year left.
Yeah, he does. Doyle's and yeah. Speaking of, I think we got about 14 to 15 players that'll be done with out of eligibility. From what we're expecting, just from speaking with the coaches, I'm not sure if we'll do a major large class like we did in December, where we're bringing in almost 30 guys, because you got to replace everything that's in the room most of it. But we might see, a smaller core come in December and a larger group come in the February run. So what's happening? I don't know about no Andrew Body. He played for the team that we playing on Saturday. So, we don't know. The only Tigers we know about is the Tigers that we talking about.
That's
but yeah, this is a great point. T.C. Taylor has shown maturity and professionalism in an inaugural head coach, whether the first-year coach is doing what he's doing. Not in the SWAC, no, but I mean, they don't have the wins. I can't say they're not. I think we got to see. I think the other coaches that have been their first year, their ADs and schools are giving them time to build the program. All 3 of those programs were losing teams. UAPB,
Valley.
VCU, and Valley were all losing teams. Jackson State was the only winning team. So when you factor in how many players we lost,
all the other 3 only have 1 win.
Yeah, they weren't very good teams. So their rebuild is going to probably take a little longer. Jackson State had a lot to build on. Then at the same time, we had a lot that we had to reshuffle. So doing a great job of that, man. And whatever.
I will say this, man. I said it before the game, and I will say it after the game. First of all, I like the way that UAPB coach handled himself. I like the confidence, and the players, as the coach go, as the players go. So he's gonna, he's gonna exude confidence out of his players as well, and continue to get good recruits. So again, like y'all said, the team is only a player or 2 from a few pieces from being where the coach wanted to be a little more competitive. As far as the coach that we have, man, that gentleman is very interesting to me. It's very intriguing. He had, in the fact that he keeps, he has that same demeanor and calmness and seriousness about him. I mean, you have to understand and be around, a little more to kind of see how he works. But once you see how it works, man, sometimes being a mystery is good.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, like, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I'm gonna leave you alone right now. I was gonna go left with that. You say being a mystery is sometimes a good thing. And sometimes TD be disappearing, and it be a mystery where he go, and then he come back with all kind of goodies, man. So I got no, I'm just messing with you. I had to take that, I had to jump in there. Let me say this real quick. TJ, man, thank you for the channel membership, brother. Man, we always enjoy you. We're gonna drop the link shortly, and hopefully it'll jump back up. We can talk some more football, man. I always enjoy it. Hey, I even got a clip. You even got a clip of TJ, man, with the JSU block logo on the chain, man. On the last video. We'll drop that one in the morning, though.
Hello, man. That was TJ. I had no idea who that.
That was TJ. Yep.
My bad, bro. I need that piece.
Yes, indeed. Hey, this is a great point. I know Zoe can add some context to this as well. Do you think the struggles of USM Mississippi State can help JSU? Absolutely. This is a time this is a really good time. I mean, you got to think about it. The two hot, I mean, USM and Mississippi State. Mississippi State struggling this year. Ole Miss is the top dog, obviously. Jack State is profile is still strong and doing well. So we got to just go recruit. We got to take advantage of the of that, but you can't underestimate the effects of NIL. They still got money over in Mississippi State and Starkville area. They can still put something in place. Heck, they can fire the coach and make a splash hire that can change the fortune of them pretty quickly as well. So NIL, new coaching, same thing with USM. It's still an FBS program. They'll still have those 85 scholarships and a little bit extra money, but it ain't nothing that's making people just, say, hey, you look at USM or Mississippi State being in the SEC, still gonna have that potential to recruit at a high level. So I'm gonna jump into these preliminaries, man, because I see some people asking some questions about some things we do want to talk about. Again, huge shout out to those football Tigers. An amazing, just a convincing victory against UAPB on Saturday with a 40-point, 40-14 victory. Got my prediction right that we will score 40, so they made me look like I knew what I was talking about. I was happy about that. Now, I said we was going to be running for 300-plus yards, but it goes to show you it was just a guess. And we wound up throwing for 300-plus and only rushing for 100. So I was content with that. And you got to love it. So shout out to Jacoby Morgan. Obviously, his stats, 26 for 36, 373, 5 touchdowns. DJ Stevens had himself an amazing day, 3 touchdown receptions, 3 receptions, 99 yards. Huge day for the number 1 tight end in the conference, and it ain't even close. Jack State kicker, Leilani, I mentioned, became the first woman to score in the Division I HBCU football game. We made history. Huge things coming down the pipe for this young lady. Hey, y'all, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, we got a meeting with her this week, and I know y'all know what I'm talking about, but we're trying to put something together for Miss Leilani, and I'm going to just leave it at that for right now. But big things coming for her and trying to really capture this moment. I'll say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say this. I saw some people talking about, making comments, saying, hey, man, Under Armour should sign up to an NIL deal. You got all these other companies. I said, TD, I'm leaving Bible class yesterday, and I have a light bulb that goes off in my head, right?
Right.
Light bulb said, what are we waiting on? Why are we waiting on somebody to come do the work that we should do? On the phone today with Brother Craig, and we're looking at possibly having a partnership, type something to that effect. I pitched some ideas to Craig, but we gotta get, and I'm gonna help him with this. Now, this ain't a KC-1400 media thing, but this is I'm gonna push that brother stuff no matter what he do. I'm gonna push it to the utmost, and I told him that I'm not always trying to do something and make something off of something. You know what I mean? Sometimes in our community, when you see a brother that's got a great program going on and you got a great idea, I pitched an idea that could be very beneficial for him as well as for this young lady. And because I just want to see it, man, and we'll celebrate it and we'll help him push that. But we just got to iron out some details and just stay tuned, man, because it's going to be big. I got a big idea for her. And Craig liked the idea, and We're gonna make it happen, man. We're gonna make it happen. I promise y'all that.
We may need to get together for a few people, man. She, say
Don't worry. Hey, but this is what I told him, though. This is what I told him. This is what I'm thinking about is the template. You always have to start with one because you have to figure out the process and make sure you got it down, and then you duplicate it and expand and go on to other players and so forth and so on. So I love that.
Hey, and I also want to say on one of the videos that Ken dropped from Saturday, when you see the crowd cheering in the uproar, it was for her first kick. I captured that moment of the crowd reacting to the first PAT that she made.
Absolutely. Speaking of that, let's get into this because that was a little controversy today, Zoe. Had some people in their feelings because Leilani Armenta won Specialist of the Week. People act like that wasn't enough, from the few comments that I saw, and I saw some people comment about some other stuff on some conversations I weren't a part of. And I just want to say we had 2 this week. Shout out to Sunday Yada Anderson, defensive lineman from Grambling. Shout out to Amon Scarborough, defensive back for the Alabama State, who won the Magic City Classic. But shout out to Jacoby Morgan, man. Offensive player of the week for the SWAC this week. Leilani Armenta, Specialist of the Week. And people had some folks that I guess they felt like from the comments, I don't know the conversation, but it felt like some people weren't feeling like Leilani did enough to win Specialist of the Week. Thoughts?
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Not even about Leilani.
Okay.
Jacoby had an outstanding game, and he was Offensive Player of the Week.
Yep.
But there's been 2 separate games that Irv should have been Player of the Week, and they gave Newcomer the week, and the person who got Offensive Player of the Week didn't have better numbers.
Yeah, I think they got affinity for quarterbacks, bro. On the offensive side, anytime a quarterback have a good game in the SWAC, they're gonna win it.
It's like fighting not to give Irv Offensive Player of the Week. Newcomer.
Yeah.
Because look, I'm okay, whatever. But yeah, man, congrats to Leilani, man. Look, I don't care who mad at it. This is groundbreaking.
Unbelievable history, brother. Go ahead.
It's groundbreaking. This will actually go. Look, man, this would be an awesome Jeopardy question. Real talk. Years from now, it's an awesome Jeopardy question. So, I mean, at the end of the day, again, kudos to Leilani. And we did a big thing. So I love it. And Jacobian was a shoe-in for Offensive Player of the Week. I mean, you talk about the completion percentage, the yards, touchdown, interception ratio, the numbers he put up in his second start. So I think it was phenomenal that he won.
Did he?
Oh, yeah. First, I would like to start with Miss Armenta. First of all, man, she's an absolute darling to speak with. She always has a smile on her face. And man, she is so excited to be in that uniform, man. Yeah, every time I see her, she's happy, she's smiling, she's jumping up and down. And a quick shout out to Mr. Evans. Evan hearing number 71, man. He always pick her up and throw it in the air, man, and give her, what I'm saying, give her much love and praise and high five. I mean, and to see the head coach halfway in the middle of the field hugging on her, giving her support, she just is happy, man. And Mr. Noel and Dylan over there, man, they enjoying themselves kicking and punting. To see her go out there and the joy is on her face, saying put joy in my heart. That's why I decided to capture that footage, but from the fans cheering her on, and she did that 3 times. So congratulations to her. She's setting a nice standard and precedent for all of the young ladies, to admire, what she's doing. She has a nice, pretty pink 35 jersey that you dropped off to her from the Jersey Wave.
Shout out to brother Greg.
So that jersey might get a little hot out there, Ken.
Hey,
so,
you see that little comment right there? Hold your horses, Kentrail. Don't worry, we got some things cooking, baby. If Hey, listen, I'm gonna shut up. I'll come back to it. Go ahead.
Right. So again, congratulations to her. It was well deserving, even for the moment. I mean, I went back and watched the game. The announcers even were excited, had some good things to say. And to Mr. Morgan himself, look, man, I'm checking out the X's on the box for him. And man, those passes that he's threw, the spin on those balls and the location and the landing and the touch was nice. I mean, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I gave major props to Mr. Stevens, that's DJ Stevens, the tight end, and Hagler. Man, those guys played lights out. They caught everything that was thrown to him. He put the ball on the money to where it needs to be. When to run. And now I'm starting to see when he starts to run, he's always looking downfield to pass the ball as well. So if he's doing this as a redshirt sophomore, the future, is extremely bright. So I'm loving what's going on with it. I'm loving what's going on there. I'm loving the decision that he's making. I want to continue to see him grow. So congratulations to him. And I want him to keep it going. And for those who are wondering why he didn't throw the ball on that flea flicker, well, actually a smart decision. Because the safety was over top. Yeah. So smart.
I gotta say this. I told Zoe this today, TD. Remember, we was looking at it. I went back and watched the game. It was absolutely an offsides on the offense, bro.
It was that interception.
They did not call it, and I could tell
it was outside.
The old lineman pointed, and I know in his mind he said he thought he had a free play. So
free play, yes.
But because of that interceptions, though, and TD, on that flea flicker, he's running around. He could have made that pass, but I think the interception kind of made him second guess it a little bit. And he figured, you know what, I can get this 1 yard on foot. It did not happen. And boom, shakalaka, there it is. Nook.
Right. What's up, man?
Like you having a war with the camera with a country key sweat in the house.
Man, I'm on the phone. I'm out of town working, bro.
Man, you about to give us vertigo.
What?
You about to give us vertigo.
That ain't my fault.
Yes, it is.
What's good with y'all fellas, man?
You got it, man.
What up, man?
Hey, man, they got me back on the road, man.
That's my dude there, man. What the deal?
Not much, brother. What's going on? Tiger Nation, what's up, brothers? How y'all got going? How y'all doing today?
Up, man? We're just congratulating these Tigers, man, for for making players of the week.
Hey.
Yes, sir. 2 out of 4.
Hey, that wasn't surprising. He had he really sees himself as a pocket passer, and he is. He just can run, and they was asking him to run, but that ain't what he want to do. Yeah, the refs were awful. That's every week. And shout out to Jack State Tiger Nation, man. The fanatics that was on that, bro. They was trolling the referee so bad, though.
Oh my gosh!
I loved every second of it. That was a big old referee that was standing on our side. He had these big old size 16, 17. All you hear, you suck, Bigfoot. They were calling him Bigfoot because he had some big old Nikes. And when he walked, man, you put that Nikes,
but I ain't gonna put them out there on the screen.
Huh?
two of the trollers. I ain't gonna put their names out there.
What that? Hey, Leonard Anderson. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for becoming a channel member.
I can only imagine.
Appreciate the support. The player that did the WWE move was actually Isaac Peppers. He hit the quarterback, knocked the stunning rings out that boy. But listen, let me say this real quick, and I'll let Nook go. Leilani had a conversation with her before she got on the bus, and like TD said, absolute darling, great smile, great personality. I saw she did an interview with the news station today. I watched a little bit of that. And she's from California. She talked about, how she just absolutely fell in love with football. And I know she's just ecstatic, man, that she could play both sports. She came from California, played soccer, and it's just amazing how sometimes things can happen and you say, man, that's unfortunate, but it just shows how God's will is always moving in accordance. How things happen, it's going to happen as he wanted to happen. if Gerardo Beza doesn't get hurt, then we don't move Matt Knoll to kicker, and the kicker, he doesn't get hurt, we don't find ourselves in a situation where we need a kicker. We're not in this situation. We're not even here. So sometimes things that can look like, man, that look bad, it can turn into, like, I like what the 1400 Club put out on Twitter today. Her story, not history, her story. I like that. So I think there will be some serious momentum behind her to really keep this thing going. She made history. Like it or lump it, 3 for 3, first time ever. I think that's pretty cool. If she's 2 for 3, I get it. I get the complaints. If the young man that at Southern that sent the game in overtime wins the game by a kick, okay, I get that as well. You won. You kick a 54-yarder, then you win the game with your foot. I get it. But hey, man, tomato. She won it. Instead of celebrating her, we spending time talking about why she shouldn't have got it. Nook, mic's on you, and then we'll move to the next slide.
Bro, I got my blue glasses on every day, all day. I don't care what them folks talking about. We got 2 out of 4 of them things. Whatever. Like it, love it. But congratulations to her, man. Like TD said, every time we been around this young lady, she's all smiles. She's happy to be there. The team embraces her as like she's been there all year. And kudos to her, man, coming in and making those 3 PATs. And like you said, Ken, it ain't like she went 1 for 3 or 2 for 3. She hit all 3 of them. And it's her story. Like, be happy, be proud of this young lady. And I know the women are, and that's a big thing, big movement, man. So keep doing your thing, Leilani, and we hope to see you knocking some of them things down this weekend too in the home. In the vet, and that thing gonna be rocking when she make them in there. And,
it will be.
I think we missed our second one, didn't we? Second PAT.
She didn't.
No, I know. I'm saying we.
Dylan missed one. He missed.
Yeah, we missed it. Yeah, we missed the second one.
But I will say this, TD, about that though. We yeah, that's a good point. I just thought about that. At home, if she's kicking field goals, that means we're scoring.
Yep.
That means we scored a touchdown. So it's a great day for the lady to see 35 back there kicking that thing, because Zoe told y'all she was gonna be kicking the PATs, even though it took this game to come to us to get a chance to see it. But let me say this, and I'll move on, man. If Joey Galloway on ESPN on College Game Day can put a sticker on a helmet on national TV, then I know good and damn well the SWAC can give her Specialist of the Week, and we can move the hell on from that. Ain't no conversation about that. All right, we done with that. Congratulations, Leilani. Congratulations, Jacobian. And Jacobian also was Player of the Week for the SWAC Cricket Celebration Bowl. Shout out to Jacobian again. 373 yards passing, 12 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns. Of course, on the other side, the MEAC side, Davius Richard had a monster game against South Carolina State. I think he had 7 touchdowns, 300 some passing yards, and just had a phenomenal game for them as well. So it is what it is. That's right, Keish. Yeah, we ain't worried about them. Haters gonna hate. Haters are unhappy people. So just so y'all know that.
Glasses, baby, blue glasses.
And for y'all, if y'all haven't had a chance, please go to Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. Shout out to D. Corey C. Had a great interview with Jacobian today. Dropped that thing. And if you haven't had a chance, please go watch that interview and subscribe to the channel. And much success to Jacobian, man. Loving every bit of it. And there you go. That's right, Tabby. Ain't nobody arguing with that. Nobody. Next slide. Mr. Mulligan gets an invite. I had a conversation with him today. Irv does have another year, but he hadn't made a decision on what he's going to do just yet. He got time to make that decision. So he does have another year eligibility. He can take that, stay and play, but he's gonna weigh his options, man. If the pros are calling and he got a chance to go make a check on Sunday, then he absolutely gonna go make a check on Sunday. So as of right now, y'all know we're gonna be down in the boot in the Big Easy, man, down there for the HBCU Legacy Bowl. We're gonna come down and definitely love on our Jack State Tigers, man. But We know Davis Richard was in there. We know the quarterback for FAMU, Musa, was in there, and Davis Richard, and now you got Irv Mulligan, and I'm not sure who else is out there. It's not so much as us bringing him back. We want him back, but at the same time, it's going to be his decision. He hadn't got that far with it yet, though. So had a great conversation with him today, but we'll see what he does. Main thing is to get healthy. We may see him play this weekend. If not, we'll see him come. He said if he don't play this weekend, he's going to come try to, get 300 yards against Alcorn. So we definitely will see him again for the rest, before the season is out. It'll be exciting to see number 5. We had JD back. I know Zoe, we talked about that today, but it was good to see JD back in the game as well. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, Mr. Mulligan.
Yes, sir.
That's right. He got his degree from Wofford. And if the opportunity is there, I expect him to, especially when you get hurt, man, and you feel like you got to cash in when the short window. The running backs have a short window in the NFL anyway. So,
what Jay-Z say? What Jay-Z say? I'll never tell you.
No, he has another year, Blue.
Blue, he got another year.
He got another year. You can be a great. He's a grad transfer, but just like Juriente. Juriente left with 2 years of eligibility and grad transfer.
I'll tell you what. If I'm
also Jacobian is a graduate. He graduated from Syracuse. People don't. He has 2 years. So he's not out of eligibility per himself, and he can definitely play next season. And but we'll see.
But if I'm Irv, hey, come on back for your last season of eligibility. Go ahead and get that master's free, and then we're out to the sunset, man. Go get that master's for the free.
Oh yeah. Next slide. 8 more days, man. 8 more days before we kick off the season. Women's basketball versus Lemoyne Owen. November 7th, Lee Williams Athletic Similar Center in Jackson, Mississippi. Coach Tamika Reed and those favorite Jackson State women Tigers.
Revenge tour, baby.
Listen. Damn that. It's superseded revenge tour. Y'all hear my voice. I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't watch women's basketball, you might want to watch women's basketball this year. This team right here, this season, I'm telling y'all now, we're going to have a winning record in the non-conference slate.
Mm-hmm. This team is loaded, bro.
Listen to me. At worst, this team will finish 500 in the non-conference slate. Now, ask yourself, when the last time a SWAC school did that, men or women, finished 500 or better in the non-conference slate? And I'm telling y'all, this team is loaded. So I implore y'all, man, from the first game, because this game against Lemoyne Owen is an exhibition. But after this exhibition, I'm telling y'all, you want to tune in to JSU women's basketball. And the men too, but this women team in particular, because this women team is going to be special.
Y'all going to Puerto Rico? Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Are you good? I was going to say
that just happened because I thought you were done.
No. You good. You good. Ain't no biggie. But this women's team is going to be all-time special. I'm talking about better than the team that played LSU in the NCAA regional. This team is going to be all-time great. So I'm telling y'all, stay tuned. Get into women's basketball this year. You won't regret it. I'm done.
And get your damn tickets. Hey, get your damn tickets.
Yeah, y'all hear me say it.
Hey, one more slide before we get done with the preliminaries and open up. November 3rd.
It's a dope photo.
Appreciate so this is by Visit Jackson. So we're gonna have a detail gate. Live performance, food, and more in partnership with Jackson State University. This is part 2. November the 3rd, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the JSU Welcome Center. This is at 308 East Pearl Street, Suite 100, Jackson, Mississippi 39201. 10% off all merchandise all day. Appearance by Coach CC Taylor and the JSU Tigers. So if you guys are available, hosted by the City of Soul, come to this event. live performance again, food. It's going to be a 2-hour event in the middle of the day, November 3rd. What day is November 3rd? That's Friday. So if you're in town, I'll be there. Definitely going to stop by there and be in the place to be. We're going to be in there to try to get some content to Zoe. Hold on. To answer Zoe's, wait a minute. To answer Zoe's question, last time was Lindsey Hunter, Andy Stogler era.
I don't think they went 500 in non-conference, though. They may have. Because their best team, remember, we went to the NIT, lost to Southern in the thing. But I want to say this, too, one point, because your boys are on the tube right now. So I did want to mention, next week, man, tune in. I'm gonna check some info in a minute, probably even more so tomorrow. But y'all stay tuned, because next week, James Houston going to be back in action next week.
Can't wait, man. Can't wait, bro. Is Jack? So just so you guys know, JSU basketball is streamed through. We have a streaming platform that we stream it through. You purchase. Go ahead. Once it's ready to roll, I purchase it every year because I'm not able to make every basketball game. But and I ain't gonna share the password. So if you want it, you buy it, and the money go. I ain't streaming it to this platform neither. So if you want to buy, I ain't taking no money from the school like that. You know what I mean? So if you want to watch it, you know, you can do it game by game, or you can pay, I think, $60 for the season, and you get the link, and all you have to do is log into the link. You can watch every game through our streaming, every home game. I know for sure. But yes, men and women's basketball will be streamed through our own what we go to, bro. I'll get that information for you, bro. I'll drop the link for you. I don't have it in front of me right now, but trust me, we will definitely do that. He said, yeah, that basketball team did beat UConn. That's true. So when that happens, we got to try to get Coach Smiggy Reed and Coach Mo on there. We got some toiletries for him. We're gonna deliver that this week to him. So we will be getting the conversation, having some conversation with them, and we'll try to talk to them and get what we can from them and be able to share that with the family. I will say this, though. This Friday, I want to say this. Shout out to everybody, man. Thank you to everybody that purchased the D Standard hoodie. You guys, I mean, it came in. It's looking amazing. I don't even have to do that, man. I actually can just put it up on the screen, so I ain't got to worry about covering everybody's face. But all hoodies went into the mail today. So everything that's left over is going to be in Jackson. I will have all merch with me, all black merch. I'll bring the black T-shirts. So if you want to rock a black KC-1400 logo tee, thank you. Cool. Appreciate that. But the remainder of the hoodies will be in hand. Hey, we're looking at having a live show on Friday. This Friday, we're trying to have a live show. We're definitely going to see if we can speak with Brother Ezra and see if we can't possibly stop by Soleil again on Friday. And if that's we're going to try to secure that tomorrow, have a conversation, give him a hoodie, let him rock that thing too. And whatever we have available, pull up on us, man. We'll have it. You can feel free to come. And if he allows us to come in and do the show on Friday, we'll do an open tab. So for those that are coming there, we'll do an open tab of what you want to do, TD? What you think? $100, man.
A bill should get it, man.
Yeah, we'll do $100, man.
2 minimum. Well, at least one. Well, maybe one.
I think we can do $100, man. Let everybody that in the first, whoever first come, first serve. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Yes, sir.
I'll be there.
In the flesh.
Absolutely. I did share her event on. I don't have it on this particular slide. I shared it on the other. Let me put it up now. It's on my IG page, and it's also I actually shared it. I actually have a standing post on IG, but let me pull it up again real quick. I didn't put it in the slide.
Only if you cook it, bro.
What that?
The golden fish.
Man, listen.
Man, that fish was good Saturday, man. TD just know. Hey, Blue. Hey, man, I be having things to do, man. I be having stuff to do. Hey, for all of you guys who hadn't gone to KC-1400 the media, go, after the screen or tomorrow when you're at work, whatever, doing your exercise, walking, click on the videos. We do have videos out there from the game on Saturday. Izzo, guess what, man?
What up?
We got your boy singing I Wanna. He sweat.
So do.
No, man.
Yeah, Marcus singing I Wanna.
No, man.
Damn sure do, don't.
You forgot about that. That's
Put on my raincoat.
It's going to get different when he's singing There You Go Telling Me No Again.
I know, right?
Hey, all missing with that fade. That hot top fade.
Hey, speaking of golden fish, if you got some coming Saturday, KC-1400 Media Group will be at a tailgate near you.
Yep, there you go. So November the 11th, day party at 440 Rendezvous. That would be not this weekend coming up. It'll be during the bye week. Hey, man, all y'all got to do is watch the video, bro. I promise y'all. When y'all watch the video, I actually highlighted those moments. And even when you see Nook, I was like, Country Key Sweat in the house. I got Nook singing Key Sweat. Got KT Dub doing line dancing, and I got TD over there scoping out the fish truck. I'm serious. There it is. He the golden fish whisperer. But anyway, I would just say don't anywho, don't worry about putting in an order for any hoodies at this point, because everything that was placed as of yesterday was mailed out. So at this point, if you want to get a hoodie, you have to pull up on us on Friday and buy it on that day. So we'll have them. I have them with them. They'll be in Jackson. I think I got about a good 30 plus available for sale, and we'll go from there. And
hey, Ken.
Yep.
If you don't mind, before we I would like to revisit the game on Saturday. First of all, again, shout out to all the fans who was gracious, who did talk to me, allowed me to get them on camera, man. We have the greatest fan, greatest support. You know what I'm saying? So to all the football players, look, you see what it is. You see what it is at the vet. You see how we roll. We had the most fans in the stadium. We had a few buses. I don't know why the party bus didn't make it. That's very surprising to me. You know what I'm saying? But hey, nevertheless, but I also want to go back and give props and kudos to to a few players. And I'd like to start out with Matt Noel. Man, that punt a couple punts that he made, Marcus. Man, that thing looked like somebody threw that ball, man. Man, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So he did an excellent job at punting. So kudos to him. Also, being the offensive line, Towns Blue 74, man, he was putting people in the ground.
The bleachers.
Yeah, man, all the way in the bleachers, man. The fans were going crazy. I mean, shouting out the players' numbers and everything. You know, we got that on video too, man. I mean, as far as the fans shouting out the offensive line for the job that they was doing, man. Evan Henry, man, that guy been solid all year, holding down that line. I mean, even taking command and control. I even seen this little back and forth, which just friendly communication with the offensive line. Blue know how that works. Sometimes, it get a little chippy with us. So, he was getting everything straight. So shout out to him, man. The offensive line did really well. Kurt Ford, man, that guy been solid. to me, he's kind of like a quiet assassin on the line. I remember that, I guess it was the Alabama State game. He pushed somebody into the band, man. So got a flag for it. He was so aggressive with what he was doing. So those guys were very instrumental in what Jacobian did, you know, along with the running backs, man. So I wanted to, give a shout out to those guys. And special team has played great, or what has played really well after the last 3 or 4 games. So shout out to them as well, man. So I just wanted to give those guys, major props for doing what they did on Saturday. One thing about football, it takes 11, it takes the team effort to get it done. So with the offensive line doing what he's doing, Quay Davis, man, for that guy to be a freshman, watching him play left tackle, he love it. He talk noise. He's grimy, man, with it. So shout out to the whole offensive line, for holding it down, for doing what they do. They had a good game. So I know Jacoby is appreciating them as well.
He slide one enough for you off the TD, just one. And this because it was a return game for him. Brother Isaac Peppers. He ran that mouth and he backed it up. And I loved it.
Absolutely.
I talked about it, I think, last week or week before last when and I said you need a tone setter on that defense. He set a tone Saturday. Definitely. So big up to that brother going up there. Showing up against his former team. I know a lot of emotions and a lot of, trash talk back and forth. And he was amped up, man, from the first snap.
And they go off the sideline, didn't he?
Yeah, I had to put him to the side a couple times. But that's all I want to say, man.
Rochelle, how you doing this evening?
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
Doing well.
Good.
Fine.
Hey, what's up, Rochelle?
Hey, I was just sitting here enjoying y'all. I was doing some work.
Appreciate you to join us. They talking about Leilani on Channel C. That's good, man. They need to keep talking about him. Yep, 2 games left. Hey, listen, I want to say this, man, about this attendance, man. We got to show up Saturday, man. We gotta continue to show. We got to show up, man. Show up and show out.
Get active.
It's high school day. Game at 2 p.m. The weather's projected to be pretty good. I think it's a high of 77 and a low of 58. I want to say. So it's gonna get. I think it's gonna go 53 or something like that. So it's gonna probably be a little. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be good temperature going into the game. Probably 70. Mid to low 70s, and then it's gonna warm up cool off after halftime. So come prepared. How's K5 doing? Doing well. Spoke to him. Got to go through the test. You got to go through the test, man. I think it was, like I said, I think it was a dislocated elbow in the game. And anytime something like that, it could be either just a dislocation, but anytime that happens, you have to run tests to make sure there's no real ligament damage and stuff like that. So.
Structural damage.
Yeah, structural damage and stuff like that. We don't know if he requires surgery or none of that type stuff, but I'm sure Coach TC would update the team. He has his press conference tomorrow, along with the other coaches. I mean, I'm excited to see what he's gonna do, what he's gonna say going into this game. But speaking of this game, let's get into football, man. This game was interesting. Texas Southern, without Andrew Body, they have a quarterback. I think his name is I think it's Jace Wilson or something like that, something to that effect. Jace Wilson, the quarterback for Texas Southern, short kid. We actually recruited him. He chose Texas Southern. Our former wide receiver, Quay Davis, plays for Texas Southern. That's going to be an interesting. You're going to see Jalen. Him and Jalen had a few words back and forth on IG, I think. So I think you're going to see. Definitely go Jason Wilson. What did I say? What did I say? Ward. Jace Wilson. Yeah, that's right. Wilson. Quarterback. So that's his favorite target. And then they got running backs, man. Darius Owen young man rushed for over 200 yards, and he was a problem each time we played. He's actually numbers. I just know they got 2 running backs, 22 and 22.
Remember last year he had 100 yards in the
yeah, heck yeah,
first half.
Yeah, he's a problem, man. And you know, like I said, we got to go out and tackle. You know, I think we got to do what we got to do. We got 2 starting DBs that are down with BJ and K5, so it's next man up mentality, and we got to come ready to play. We got to come ready to tackle and add that physicality. They really should have won that game against Southern, but Southern pulled it out, man. So congratulations to them. Got into overtime, and that kick actually should have been shorter than that, but the young man had a personal foul that knocked him back 15 yards, and the young man still made the kick, sent it into overtime, giving Rhymes I think that Kobe Dillon giving the running back a chance to win it in overtime. So I think Texas Southern's going to be looking for a new head coach after this year, in my opinion. But they got a couple of games left, and this team is way better than their record show, in my opinion. So we're going to have to come ready to play. But again, we're coming home. We get to see Jacoby Morgan starting his first game in the vet, and he looks like he's going to be. Hopefully, he's able to continue what he did. I mean, and trying to find a groove. You know, who's going to be available to play at the running back position? We know JD's back. Is Irv going to be back? We don't know, man. We'll see. But I think this game is going to have to be won on defense, though. We're going to have to go out and really stop them from doing what they do. They got, I think, what the quarterback does more than anything is throws it up to his receivers, throw it up to just look for 5, look for Quay Davis and try to get the ball to him. And if we're not coming ready to play disciplined, sound, you know, tough nose football, it could be a tough game for us. But it's all going to be hinged on when the defense give us a chance, can the offense get out there and make some shake? So we don't know. We'll see. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. Yeah, man, I think we're going to come out swinging. I mean, last time we was at home, we got that, you know, that sour loss. And I think the guys just ready to get back home and put on a good show in front of the home fans. Like you said, a lot of talk been going on between players from that, you know, on the team with Quay and Jalen. And I think we're just gonna be ready, man, to come out there, get it done. And I think we're gonna get it. Running back, I haven't watched much of him this year, but I do know a running back. He's tough. And,
yeah, I watched the Southern game. He ate them up.
Yeah, man. So if, we got to tackle that guy, and we everybody running to the ball, and that's it. And we know, I mean, we didn't see much of Quay, I mean, at Jackson State, but please, people, be mindful. He's a dog.
Yep.
So
good wide receiver.
Yep, he's a good wide receiver. So, man, I'm just looking forward to it, brother.
That is true. Better Angels. We talked about that Saturday, especially off the edge, man. We gotta contain a little bit better. We can improve in that.
The quarterback, he's a passer.
He's all right. He's not. I mean, he can get the ball where you need to get it to. There's no real, you know, he can get it where he needs to get to. If we not defending, you know, he can look better than what he really is. I don't think. I think he can move out of the pocket a little bit. He can hurt you a little bit with his feet. But I'm actually going to go back and watch that game again from start to finish. But he's definitely a step up. We recruited a young man. He's a solid kid at quarterback. But we just got to put some pressure on him. We got to get to the quarterback, continue to blitz, continue to apply pressure. Don't wait for them to hit us. We got to go hit them on defense. Yeah, you know, but they won. How many games they won, man? 2? They won 2 games. They are what they records say.
What in the hell? No, man.
Where that balloon come from, bro?
I don't know. I did this and balloons popped up.
Yeah, you had a whole balloon in your background. I was like, am I seeing things?
You got an iPhone?
Yeah.
That's why. Do a thumbs up.
I don't know, man. No, man.
That
was crazy, but the balloon.
No, see, if you do a thumbs up, thumbs up, a thumb up post up. You got motion gestures that you can do on the iPhone on the video.
Oh, okay.
Told me something I ain't know.
Okay, so they won 2 games, but yeah, it's
they 2-6.
But again, like I said, they really beat Southern, and Southern is supposed to have one of the best defenses in the conference. But they went out and did what they needed to do. They had FAMU on the ropes. They got up early on them, and then FAMU fought back. So the team has been in just about it. They didn't been in a lot of games that they wound up losing. So we got to just come out and play football. It's that simple. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because when they play against us, they go hard anyway. So you can never. It's always you play in Jackson State, so it's gonna be always. We want to beat them always.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'll speak on that a little. I have to go back and watch the whole game. We watched a little bit coming back on Saturday. But I am aware that the running back they have is doing his thing. He did. I mean, according to his stats, he had 36 carry for 244 yards. I mean, that by itself, you know what I'm saying? They still lost. So it's gonna be like Mark said, since that, since the last loss that we endured at home, for homecoming at the vet, the team coming back, I think they should be amped to, take their home win back. We have a lot of hometown talent on this team. I think, Ken, we mentioned before that we have, a lot of players from, from the surrounding areas, from Brandon, Madison, Canton, Germantown, Ridgeland, Clinton. We have players from all around. With that being said, I know I think Canton is playing for the district championship on Thursday. So after that game on Thursday, exit 119, come on down to the vet, take the Woodrow Wilson exit, come on and let's support our local talent.
It's no excuse to not show up, bro.
Yeah, right. Saturday,
unless you just not in town, we got to show up. Keep going, bro.
You're right. I mean, we got Florida in the house, all points in between, man. Richland, all points in between. I mean, I know somebody or somebody's cousin or somebody's son, somebody's nephew on the team. Come out and support the local talent. Support our local, Right. So come on out and support. It's an early game. You'll be able to come in, watch the game, watch the boom, and get home in time, to do whatever else that you want to do. As far as the game, like I said, we must do the best job that we can containing the running backs. You better believe they spying, that they're looking at a lot of the missed tackles that our team's been making over the last few games. I mean, it's been cleaned up some. There's still some to go. The edge rushers, they do a lot of crashing. Sometimes allow people to get on the outside, but when they hit you, they will take they take you down pretty hard. Webb has really come on the last few games. I love seeing him play along with Doyle. Man, those guys, they're gonna rush you. So, but we have to contain that running back and make sure that he don't get out, because if he rushing like this and he losing, then he looking to come in and do much damage against us. So the offensive line might continue to block. Like I said, we're not sure we're gonna see Irv back for that game or not, but we still have another staple of running back who can handle that, Moultrie and Miller. So those guys taking care of the ball, and JD back. I mean, and he looked good. He looked good coming out the backfield. I love to see JD coming out the backfield catching the ball, man. So he looked really good on Saturday. So had one that same offense.
All-purpose yards, I think.
How much?
I think he had over 100 all-purpose, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, man.
He had like 80 rushing, so I think he was receiving too.
Yeah, he was 9 for 73. You know what I'm saying? 9 carry for 73 yards. So we have the running backs that can get it done. We have an offensive lineman who has finally gelled, is working well. And so if with that combination and the quarterback that we have in the receiver, Fertillion has been doing well. Hey, and man, in that return, Ken, that Isaiah Spencer had Saturday. I thought he was gonna take it to the house, man. And DJ Stevens was out there blocking for him. They just ran out of real estate, man.
So he
was a great return.
Yeah, he was gone, man. He definitely was.
Yeah, he was gone, man. I mean, and that boy, you know, he Spencer, he has a different gear to him when he's returning that ball. You know, he did that against FAMU. So I like him in the return game. And like I said, one thing about our receivers, though, all of them block, man. They get downfield and they block for each other. Mm-hmm. So, you know, so it's unselfish play.
Speaking of blocking, though, shout out to Kobe Paul, man, on that DJ Stevens first touchdown.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Go back and look at that play. He did a phenomenal job blocking. Gave DJ a lane. DJ got right past the young man, and it was curtains after that.
But Ken, it's like everything he blocks on is a touchdown.
Yeah,
he had, all season it's just been that way.
That's right.
Yeah, that was great.
We saw it a lot.
Stats. Oh yeah. So
football, man.
So DJ Martin had DJ. Look, I'm sounding like Richard. My bad. JD Martin.
You don't miss that man so much.
No, that's what he say. He do say DJ Martin. I'm just telling you. JD Martin had so he had 122 all-purpose yards, bro. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid, man. Damn, I like that. Yeah, he get up that field too, man.
Yes, he's quick. He's quick. Kobe Ball had a pretty good game, man. I mean, they look good, man. The team look good. I'm happy.
Yeah, poor tackling equals loss. Bet money. We're gonna win this game Saturday, man. We just speaking on what we need to do to get it done. We're not taking no more L's in the bet, man. They go for Texas Southern and that school up in Norman. I said it. You can
book it.
Hope y'all ain't them Norman. That school in Norman ain't start booking hotels in Atlanta.
Well, they got Southern this weekend. Alcorn Southern, whoever win that game in the driver's seat. But like I said, all we gonna do is my I said a tweet today, and it was just simple. It was like, we'll have something to say about who get a chance to go to FAMU to lose.
Yeah, I want to mess up my hotel reservation.
I'm just telling you, they don't make no difference. I mean, they'll go down there and get throttled, but I got to, I'm just telling you. But anyway, what's up, Retro? Retro. Ion Imago Bay.
I'm gonna say Mama Makusa.
So
you ain't there yet.
Y'all can hear me?
I can hear you now. What's good?
Oh, okay.
Blue, you ain't there yet now.
What you got, Mark? Retro, what's up, bro?
Nothing much, man. Hold fan. Hey, look. Mago from the Jack. So Retro in the chat. Mr. By 40 himself. Now, as Imago Ball Talk. See, I got 3 accounts on y'all now. See, y'all don't know what to do with me now. See that? Yeah. All right. Okay, so what I seen with the young man, Ladarius, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that whole game. I just caught some of them highlights, but from what I seen,
I was telling Blue they're gonna lose too, because they're gonna lose Saturday, they're gonna lose to us.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. But he did a lot of inside zone, man, and I have to go back and watch more Texas Southern games, but it seemed like they man, they pounding that rock, bro. You know, I'm not sure if they putting a whole lot of trust inside their QB. You know, he decent for, and I say that lightly, you know, but he decent for what he is and what he doing. But it's obvious that, you know, it's just one of those situations where they not putting too much or not trying to put too much pressure on the QB. So, you know, I think one of y'all just said he had like 36 carries. You know, I mean, that's indicative of what they think about their passing game. I seen them throw screens and stuff like that. They'll go vertical here and there, you know, but ultimately they then dialed it down for him to be able to make the easiest throws, you know, and not put it in position where he really have to just go through progressions like that. Whenever it gets to that point where the DBs lock in, or the secondary rather, you know, that's when he starts scrambling and stuff like that. And for what I've seen, most of the time when he does get to scrambling and actually try to make a play, he don't make a play. I didn't even seen him, you know, where he tripped on his own feet or something like that. It's kind of weird. I don't think I ever seen nothing like that. But I don't think he's a bad QB. I just think he's just extremely inexperienced, and it's imperative that we take advantage of it this weekend. You know, in terms of the DBs locking in, it's not going to be like, or rather, it shouldn't be like this past weekend where, you know, he take off and go 30 yards down the field. You know, I don't think it's that type of case. He really trying to get rid of the ball. His movements tell me he's kind of unconfident inside the pocket, and if he ain't got that first read, well then it feels like a sense of panic where he just needs to get rid of the ball quickly. Because I mean, even Southern men was just swallowing them up, so and pause on that, but you know. So that's what I seen on that guy. But once I get on more film on it, I think I'm gonna watch the full game of him. Maybe tomorrow, Wednesday, something like that. I'll probably come back Friday and give an actual full breakdown on what I see.
Yeah, I think the young man Wilson, I mean, he did okay. He had a rushing touchdown in that game. But the thing too is that their defense is not it ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? Harold Blood had a miserable night. I think he was 8 for 26, like 58 yards, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then two, running is that like we talk about the young man Owen, but I think the other young man Howard, hell, he rushed for 4. He had 4 carries, 44 yards. So his rushing carry, he rushed for over 10 yards a carry. They just didn't run him as much as they ran the other running back. So they heavy run. You know, if you look at the stats, it looked like they pretty much dominated that game, but they wound up losing, and that's what happens. They do drop a lot of guys in coverage. They definitely do that. So that's gonna allow that opened up the running game though. Go ahead, Zoe.
Blood gonna have a transfusion on Friday, so they're gonna beat Alcorn.
I don't see that, bro.
You see that though? Really?
I don't see that. I think Alcorn is usually they win. They beat Southern in Lorman, but I got
on the reservation.
That game. They on the reservation.
Poor Gibson State gonna get it. Poor Gibson State gonna get it this weekend out.
Not on the reservation though. Not on the reservation.
Man, Indian Mound, Candyland, whatever you want to call it. Poor Gibson State gonna lose.
That man said Indian Mound. He said Zoe just wanted to win his bet. He can't bet against himself right now. So, hey, how many wins they got on the season?
Four.
Who?
They 4-1 in the SWAC. What, they 3-1 in the SWAC?
Mm-hmm.
On the west side of the SWAC. Man, that west side overall record is trash. All of them. They all got more losses than wins.
Yeah. Well, it ain't.
Look at.
I said they compete.
5-3. I was thinking 4-3. Yeah, okay, they 5-3.
Are they?
Yeah. Well, it's the over. Well, you did the over under. I think it's even if they lose from here on out. Then it's a tie. How many games they got left? 3.
Yeah.
They got Southern. Who they got after Southern? Texas Southern. They're gonna beat them.
You hope.
Hey, yeah, that's a good point. Is either that or we'll see. Let's see what else we got up here. See, got Doc on here. Doc, what's going on, man? What's on your mind?
Man, hold on. People keep it's hard to win in Lawrence. Man, we have 2. It ain't hard for Jack State to win in Lawrence.
Nah.
We went on you was bad.
It ain't hard for us to win in Lawrence. We got a winning record in Lawrence. Nice winning record too. In the old stadium, the stadium before that one, and the one they play in now.
Boy, it's crazy.
I ain't lying.
What's going on with you?
Oh man, I'm good, bro. Talk some football. So I watched the game. I watched the game while I was at work on Saturday. For Texas Southern. What killed Texas Southern on Saturday with them was the penalties.
Oh my God!
You cannot win the game when you have 16 penalties for 143 yards.
That's true.
You cannot win a game, and you had the lead, and the way that game was supposed to go. Texas Southern always had Southern number for the last 2.5 years, and had the lead. Ladarius was going off like you said, doing a lot of inside zone, shifty back, like 5'10", 5'11", 195 pounds, shifty, quick on his feet. He could turn, he could move direction in a dime on he could stop on a dime, move, cut back, go the other direction. With Jace Wilson, it's not. I don't think it's on him as the QB. I think it's more on the coaching staff, as they don't have that type of confidence in him. And I'm thinking, where after this, if they lose to, I don't know who they have this weekend, but he's on the hot seat, and he's been on the hot seat for the longest. The defense is pretty much a mirror defense of what we have. They play a 3-down lineman. They played a 3-3-5. To me, with their defense, with Jacob Williams, that's their middle linebacker. He's all over the field. He's all over the field. I think he had like 14 or 15 tackles on Saturday. He can get, he racks up tackles. They do play a lot of zone as far as with their DBs. They got a player, AJ Bennett. He plays both sides of the ball. He's a receiver and he plays cornerback. So you kind of have to watch out for him. And people are going, teams have tested him over the season. It all starts and ends with their QB. You're not gonna see you'll see Jace Hill run, but he using his legs to actually go out there and try to find the open receivers for the pass. Because he likes to throw the ball. And not gonna sugarcoat anything like that. He likes to throw the ball. But we should have a field day as far as getting to the QB. And containing the run. And that's the main thing you want, that's the main thing our defense is going to do this Saturday. You got to contain the run.
Yeah, I agree with that. Go ahead, finish up.
Oh yeah, and then they do got a tight end, Jaron Johnson. He's in the mold of a Jency Riley, like 6 tall kid, 6'4", 6'5", about 220, fast, agile. Look for him. That's his main target right there.
The man said Alcorn is the most solid football team in swag, and we'll eat FAMU again. Okay, yeah, okay, cool. All right. Anywho, yeah. Okay. Yeah, man.
That's funny.
Yeah, man. We'd love to have you on Wednesday, man. Talk football. I'll definitely be watching the game, and I'm gonna watch the whole game. Like we always do, scout and just kind of see what's gonna happen, what's gonna come from that. Anybody else got anything?
Yeah, I want to ask you, Ken. I may be new to this, but I don't think in my 32 years, I don't think I ever met a TSU alum in the city.
Hey, it ain't. Let me see. Did I know anybody went to Texas Southern? You know what? The mayor.
Lamar?
What mayor?
Didn't he go to Texas Southern?
Or Tuskegee?
Oh, Tuskegee. Okay, I thought he went to Texas Southern.
One of them teams.
I actually know quite a few people from Jackson, Texas Southern.
What was wrong with him, bro?
I can't answer that now.
It might have been CJ. I'm thinking about from Black with No Chaser. I think that's CJ. I'm thinking about. I think CJ went to Tougaloo and not sure. I'm celebrating 62nd birthday, and just like last year, the Tigers gave me the best birthday gift Saturday. Miss Catherine.
Ooh, I know the feeling.
Birthday.
I know the feeling.
Absolutely. Keenan Stokes went to TSU.
That's it.
The mayor, they're the mayor to stay out that dope.
You know what?
Oh, bro, he did go to law school.
You know what? When you said that, he does sound like the teacher on Waterboy.
That's what I thought, man. I know Shoquay, man. I'm telling you, I thought he went to
Ablangata.
So he went to Thurgood Marshall School of Law.
Yeah, that's what I thought, and I thought I wasn't tripping. I'm just saying, but there you go. Hey, there you. I just thought I thought I knew a little something, But anyway, so it has some band members. Anyway, come on over to Jackson, Texas Southern. We got a gift for you on Saturday, man.
They ain't leaving out of Houston, man.
Yeah, man. We got a gift for you, man. And so there are a couple of people. Yeah, man. Texas Southern got a good law program, man. They do.
A great law program to be exact, though.
Yeah. Good, great. Same thing in my book. Hey, man, CJ, USM. Okay, CJ went to USM. Okay. What Sweet go to? I know Dennis Sweet. I remember them. I just a lot of the fellas that I knew that were tight, all kind of that are lawyers now, all kind of went. And I just remember somebody went to Texas Southern. I thought that was Shoquay. But anywho, Stokes got his undergrad from Anywho, Jerome, we're gonna change courses a little bit, man. Hey, man, we got what's up with this president stuff, man? When we gonna get us a president? Anybody know when we gonna get a president?
I haven't heard, bro.
Come on up, man. We gotta talk about this, bro. I know we were talking about a little football, but we're gonna pause. We're gonna talk in depth about Texas Southern, the matchup on Wednesday as well. But I want you to come in this thing, man. And the gift is an ass whooping for Texas Southern. That's the gift.
And my boy Carlos. What's up, Carlos?
Yeah, yeah.
Stuck out.
I went to law school. It's good. It's a good school. JSU undergrad, Thurgood. There you go. What's good? Co-pilot 1911. Wait a minute. Co-pilot 1911. Know who that is. There you go. What's good brother?
Hey, all is well. Hey, and thank you so much for having me tonight.
Yeah, man.
And I just want to give a shout out real quick to the whole I Love family for throwing haymakers in the name of HB Jacobs all day on social media. You guys definitely were in rare form all day. made a brother cry. Was just very, very proud here in Charlotte, man. So thank you guys for guarding the yard on social media. But, to your point, of course, Rochelle and I, we participated in a really great discussion last week regarding this topic. And Rochelle, if you want to kick us off, regarding, just some of the things that we outlined as far as what we're looking for and a preferred candidate, and I guess the feeling of most of the base as far as the process.
Go ahead, sis.
No, what I had said was, okay, so this is my feeling on our president. I know it had said that it was like to further notice. I did read it was like to further notice they're not going to do it. One thing that I did say, Ken, is that unfortunately for us, we need someone that don't know us. This is what I mean, is that what I've seen is that when we bring someone into the fold that know us, we don't do right. And also, when you bring someone into the fold, it's going to put everybody in their own edge because you don't know how this person is going to move. Because if we continue to bring the same people in, we're getting the same results as far as we get comfortable. So I do believe that we're going to need, but they need to know how to do some fundraising and some other things. But we're getting comfortable, and we always say we need someone from Jackson State. But I beg to differ in some categories of this, and I'm just going to let Brother Jerome continue this conversation. But we need someone who we are not necessarily familiar with, because unfortunately for us, public service announcement, some shit need to be shaken.
I like that.
I'm sorry. It needs to be shaken and the trees need to be rattled, because some people don't want to give up power that needs to go away. What I mean by that is, and this is, I consider some people at Jackson State kind of like people in church that don't want to leave, but they don't want it to grow. And what I mean by that is, we don't want technology to come in because we don't know technology, because if you put technology in, that means I'm not important. And I know a lot of people that would rather shut down progress if they're not in it all the way. I see it all the time.
Y'all wash your clothes?
Huh?
Where y'all wash your clothes?
No, that's the fan. My bad.
Oh,
that's my fan right here, bro.
It's been fucking with
me. You think about it, Ken, it's even, can I just be honest? It's even kind of like with us, because we're doing something outside of the box. Instead of us helping each other, we get criticized for it. And we need some people that are going to be honest to say, it's room for all of us to help our school. It's room for all of us. I may not know how to do TikTok and all this other stuff, but I'm not going to stop us from doing it just because I don't know how. And a lot of people put their hand in stuff. And like, I feel like this, I'm 58. Let the younger generation come in and stand on my shoulders. I don't have to do everything, but we have a tendency to hold people back. I think our president just needs to be somebody who gonna make some people uncomfortable at Jackson State. Now I'm gonna shut my mouth.
Yeah, and those are awesome points, and I'm a nerd. So I was doing some research, according to there's a journal called Blacks in Higher Education. They released an article a couple years ago where Jackson State regionally and locally has generated over $418 million in economic impact within the city as well as the region. That includes, of course, Louisiana, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama. That's the kind of weight that we've had. And this, of course, was about 2018, 2019. Here's the thing, we've got a lot of great things still going for us as an institution. We're still a major doctoral institution. I had the opportunity to tune into North Carolina A&T's town hall, and their current president addressed their alumni regarding their R1 journey. And just from listening to the variables, Jackson State really is not too far from that, from reaching R1 status. A big portion of that, of course, is the amount of doctoral degrees that you have, doctoral programs you have. I think we have about 13 or 14. Definitely wouldn't hurt to add some additional ones. But there's areas of opportunity that I really am hopeful and optimistic that the next leader possesses a certain set of skill sets that can come in day one, hit the ground running with some type of a really solid plan. And of course, that includes, as Rochelle mentioned, fundraising. As you guys know, last year, Jackson State had the biggest year ever when it came to research dollars and grants. We raised over $180 million just in research dollars and grants. And as you guys know, for the better part of the last 20 years, JSU has led all HBCUs in that space. So we're still carrying that torch when it comes to research, STEM, et cetera. But again, because of the last couple of picks from IHL, and because the entire process so far has been very secretive, it's left a lot of questions among the student body, the faculty, as well as the alumni nationwide. I would charge everyone on social media. There's a Twitter account. It's called JSU Presidential Search or something like that. Yep. Feel free to tweet them, send them a message, ask for an update, even make posts as far as what you're looking for in a candidate. Me personally, knowing that Jackson State under President Mason and under Dr. Myers, we had a global type of brand, and we embrace that. And we, of course, still have our national university designation. I really hope that we have a president that can come in and kind of build upon that, because I'm seeing quite a bit of regression, if you will. Because as you guys know, since Mason left, we were ranked number 12, and now we're ranked number 26. There's just some areas of opportunity. We're still in good footing, but right now, I think a lot of this, I guess we've kind of been focused on sports. I don't know if that's by design or what, but our attention has kind of been taken away from, I guess, the meat and potatoes of Jackson State. And I think because, coupled with the fact that IHL is so secretive about this, it makes you kind of wonder. Now, I will say this IHL search committee and the board is totally different from the one that we had under, I guess, after Myers left. When they brought in Bynum, there was so much uproar that they were forced to add some diversity. So they've got Dr. Stephen Cunningham, the head of the search committee. He's a JSU alum. They got Alcorn's former president on the search committee, and as well as on the board. They just kind of totally revamped what that board looks like. So for me, I would love for our next leader to kind of have the same approach as Morris Brown's president. We need to do a hard reset. And I'll say that because looking at the culture that was kind of ushered in under Bynum, it's not the same level of productivity that we see, that we are, I guess, kind of used to under Dr. Myers and Dr. Mason. So I want everybody, of course, on the call and in the chat, again, I know the entire search process has been very draining, if you will, but just don't get discouraged. Please, let's do our part. Let's reach out to, IHL via email as well as social media, and not necessarily demand, but, well, I guess we're at that point because they were supposed to announce the definitely, they were supposed to announce the president, I guess, Founders Day. And here we are, 2 days from November 1st. So it might be time that we demand on social media for some answers and just overall transparency.
I think, Jerome, also we had talked about, I think they had mentioned that kids were saying they would leave if the white, be honest with you, the white guy was become the president of Jackson State. And what we had said was that I do believe scripture where it says a house divided cannot stand. And sometimes we have to be radical. And I told the kids, if they may need to march, can you imagine if every kid at Jackson State walked out of their classes and demanded something different?
I actually said that to somebody, Rochelle. It's funny that you say that. You're saying a lot of stuff I've been saying. Two things you said tonight, and I mean this just from just general conversation with another alum over the phone. We need somebody that's gonna shake shit up, and I'm gonna be very blunt about that. We've had to take it on the chin, man. The embarrassment from the presidential position. We in a tough spot. The last 3 presidents left in a very bad way. You know what I mean? It wasn't very endearing, and it wasn't a good situation for us. You know. Now, with that being said, I'm not opposed to Hayes Anthony being in place. If you're gonna give me some bull junk, you might as well, leave. Go ahead and make her the president. I'm okay with that mindset based solely off the fact that we need stability and we're not trying to get some nepotistic type environment going on. I'm sick of that, man. The good old boy club, the comfortable. As Zoe always say, man, there's no such thing as comfortable growth. You know what I mean? And you gotta ask ourselves, we gotta look in the mirror and see what we trying to get to, what we trying to do as a university. How we trying to take this thing? Which direction we trying to go? I know we don't pick our presidents, but man, we got to find a way to be able to hold IHL accountable to some degree, because the hires fall on their at their front door, And the other thing that I said was the last thing that you just kind of alluded to, and that was the same thing, like that's what we got to get to with this. So love what you're saying. I just think it's right in line with what I'm thinking. I don't care about the.
And what's funny, I ain't talked to you, Ken. Man, you ain't talked.
No, we haven't talked. That's why I said it's. But keep going. I just wanted to interject.
No, and what I mean by that is that it's unity. As long as if they're not going to listen to one or two of us, they're not. But I know that can change. I think Jerome had even mentioned how, and Jerome, you may want to allude to it when you said that it happened in the past and y'all made a change because it was a walkout. I'm just telling y'all, if I don't want people to leave Jackson State, because that's not going to help the situation. No, we need to say, no, we're not taking this, and we go do something about it. And I'm just visualizing the whole school walking out. I'll fly my butt to Mississippi.
I'm gonna be right there with
I'll be right there.
With those
right in there.
Decide to do that, I'm on the plane.
And Ken, I'm sorry, go ahead.
You know who run the university? The students.
The students.
If ain't no students, ain't no university. TD, you gonna say something? Go ahead, Jerome. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so to Rochelle's point, my sophomore year at Jackson State, man, never forget, I was in Dr. Megan Morgan's class, honors college, man. We were having a lesson. This lady walked in the room, and she had a note. She gave it to my professor, and she read the note. It was from Dr. Mason, and essentially, he was canceling classes for the rest of the day. And there was a current Klansman that was at the state fair in downtown Jackson, and he had like a booth set up. So Dr. Mason wanted all of us to go march downtown. And when we came out of the Liberal Arts Building, I kid you not, man, there was like hundreds of JSU alumni already there on the line. They had sandwiches for us. They had like signs. And we all marched, downtown Jackson to protest. And within 24 hours, that dude, he was gone, ran him out of Mississippi. So we have I say all that to say we have a history of advocacy. We have a history of protest, and we have a history of just being united and standing up for what's important to us, not just the students, but of course the alumni. And I feel like we sometimes do a poor job of kind of telling our story. Because some of these students don't know that these are some of the things that we used to do, within the last 20 years. So for me, man, I'm very optimistic because it is a new board, but it is definitely time that we demand change. I know that IHL prefers to have a candidate in place by January 1st. There's a couple of candidates that I absolutely love to have in that position. I shouldn't. Well, I shouldn't call her a candidate, but I will say the way that Guyana G. Johnson, I don't know if you guys are familiar with her. She's the head of the Development Foundation. Yeah.
Yeah.
and she's a boss on Wall Street. So she would come to the table, of course. She's an alumna. She would come to the table with, of course, a lot of resources and relationships. I feel like, I don't know if you guys saw 2 weeks ago, she just assembled a dynamic, very robust new development foundation board. And it's very diverse. It consists of people from across the nation, coast to coast, within different industries. So for me, that would be my preferred candidate, as well as some additional other names. But I just don't want us to regress. I want us to stop the bleeding as a university. Like you said, the nepotism, just some other things that we want to avoid. I'm trying to tap dance slowly. And let me put this out here. I'm speaking on behalf of Jerome Brooks, not an alumni chapter, not JSU NAA. Just want to put that out there. But I would love to kind
of. Can I jump in? I'm sorry. I don't want you to lose your thought. This is the thing. I know why you said what you just said. And I'm sorry, brother. I don't care, man. I don't. It's like, you got to do what you got to do, and you got to have tact, and you got to be careful, because people get offended. But we got to get to a place now where we stop giving a damn about people caring about us telling the truth.
Yeah.
We have to tell the truth. We have to look in the mirror, man, and just be okay. I'm not talking about the part that we can't control. I'm talking about our side of the fence, our side of the yard. And it's like, we're not very good in a lot of areas, man. And I'm saying that from a standpoint and this is what we do. When people get too close and they start seeing and smelling the stench, and they start sounding the alarm, people want to lock you out, push you away, and not allow you access. Go ahead. Because I ain't going to stop talking. So, I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. There's a reason I asked you to come on. I'm going to shut up and be done. Go ahead. Keep going.
So, I'll say this. Of course, I think we talked about with Rochelle, there's a couple of areas of opportunity when it comes to tackling some hot button topics at Jackson State. Number one being safety, enrollment, and housing. I shared with President Hudson during a call last year, with Prairie A&M, they face the same hurdles as we do with IHL that they do with the Texas A&M system. So about 10 years ago, they just said, bump this. We're not going to wait for the money to come in to build new dorms. Plus, most of those students, they don't prefer traditional style living anyway anymore. They want student apartments. So they got with a company called American Campus, and they specialize in going around the country to various PWIs, some HBCUs, and they build these student apartments, really huge, beautiful student apartments. And essentially the business model is they control the property for like the first 3 years, which allowed Prairie View to increase their enrollment and to garner that additional revenue from from the extra tuition. And then after the third year, the company turns over the property to Prairie View. So that's how they've been able to consistently maintain their 10 or 11,000 enrollment. President Hudson was definitely all for it. He said he was going to look into it. These are just some of the type of solutions that I would love for our next president to possess, or even just listen to and apply. Because in my opinion, that helps the enrollment grow. It also helps the housing issue. And if you build those student apartments correctly, I mean, hell, we got an urban development PhD program. It can definitely, kind of increase the safety concern around campus. I honestly feel like we're going to have some very tough conversations. Don't want to step on any toes for anyone in the chat, but when I came into Jackson State in 2002, President Mason, he did a great job of just kind of networking with other HBCU presidents, one of whom was the late Dr. James Rennick at North Carolina A&T. Both of our institutions kind of face the same situation. We're growing very fast, research-based schools, but we were surrounded by an urban area, most of which was kind of decaying. And most of the land, of course, both schools actually owned. So President Mason did not want to pull the trigger on that because he felt it'd be somewhat political suicide. Dr. Rennick decided to go ahead and pull the trigger. And now we see the fruits of his labor. I don't know if you guys have ever been to A&T or seen pictures. Beautiful kind of corporate looking campus. Here we are 20 years later, fast forward. Most HBCUs, of course, have seen a lot of development within their physical plant, as Jackson State has. But we're the only HBCU that has not seen the residual effects around the surrounding neighborhoods or campuses. We don't see new stores popping up around campus. We don't see new shops and et cetera.
Oh.
So in a lot of ways, the area around the campus has regressed in those 20 years. So we're going to have some tough conversations. I know that, of course, there are some federal grants, like I think it's called the Hope For grant, that the city can be awarded to revitalize the area around Jackson State, fix the roads, et cetera. We've got grant writers at Jackson State. My whole point is, regarding that is we've got an urban PhD program, urban development program. I'm really hoping that they are working hand in hand with the city of Jackson, so that they can assist with getting those grants. Because, like you said, Ken, Jackson is our campus. Jackson is the yard. So we have a history of assisting, Jackson, West Jackson, giving back. I just think that's another way that we can definitely give back and kind of solve a lot of issues that kind of affect the general student body.
A lot of great points. Anybody? You guys, TD, Nook, anybody want to jump in on that?
Yeah, I want to ask. I know we're talking about a lot of development around the campus, and I agree with everything that you guys saying. Ken and I had a dialogue about this before, man, and we all in agreement about the shakeup. Like Ken said, once you start getting, too close to what's going on, especially internal, then you tend to get pushed aside. So we definitely need someone to come in strong, that has a vision, and they want to put the university first. But I do have a question, and I've always had this question about, even with the stadium, and now we're talking about housing and stuff. Exactly where do we go? The real estate, to get this done. And KT Dove and I was talking about even building a stadium on campus after we went to like Valley, and doing the tailgate. With the tailgating that goes on at Jackson State, how much real estate would you need just to do that? And then add, housing, as well.
I can give my
And
thoughts.
Jerome, yeah, that's a Jerome. Go ahead on.
Well, so that's a great observation. But let's rewind for a little bit. We remember what President Bynum did. I don't know if you guys remember a couple months prior to him leaving office. This brother began to sell off a lot of the property that we owned, and he was selling it for $1. Do y'all remember that?
I remember.
So we would definitely need to have a conversation with the president to see, I don't want to say how much damage was done with that, but how much land over there now that we actually truly own. Okay, good.
And I can say that personally because I've actually inquired myself, and we've looked into some things. We even met a young lady that owns like a whole damn block of shotgun houses. A lot of people sitting on property right now, hoping and waiting for Jackson State to wake up so they can capitalize off of it. It's going to take some strategic planning. It's going to take some creativity, and it's going to take some uncomfortable conversations and some aggressive business. I would say, it can be done. There's some ideas, a lot of stuff I don't like to put out there. This is kind of where we are, man. It's like Jackson State has been come up university, you know what I'm saying? Where people are, coming up off JSU, and JSU is the only one that's not coming up off itself.
Right.
And so when you have somebody with an idea, and I understand it, man, we're in a capitalistic society. They can have the answers, but they're not going to give them to you because They want to do it because they want to be able to ones to profit from it. So it's going to take a collective effort. But like you said, that's a great place to start, with the leader of the university coming in and really getting a good grasp on what do we own, what happened with that, and what can we do next. What's the what's the game plan? When we talked to President Hudson, the 1400 Club, before he left office, he did talk about a project that was going to yield us an additional 600 beds. What's unfortunate, Jerome, is when we have those conversations and then things happen like it happened, everything stops. And no one's there to really have those conversations because, even to Hayes Anthony, it's not even fair to try to, she's coming in trying to just stabilize the daggum place. So you're not going to be privy to every conversation that you weren't a part of. You know what I mean? You can grab as much as you can. And some of that stuff is forever lost, and you're just going to have to start from scratch and start over. So I saw someone in the comment section talked about, the student body being comfortable and being needing stability. It is rather unfortunate because you can imagine if you're a senior right now at Jackson State, shit, you've been through 3 presidents, bro. That's tough. So I understand the notion of stability because when you think about it, Bynum left office and when? What, 19?
Yeah.
8?
About 20. Actually, it was 2020. February 2020, yeah.
So February 2020, if you get to Jackson State fall of 2019, this is fall of 2023. You're a freshman. You came in under Bynum. Then here comes Hudson, and now Hudson's gone. Now you got Hayes Anthony. And now we're talking about you could very well potentially have 4 presidents in a matter of your entire college career.
That's great.
And that is insane.
And you know why it's even more insane? Because that's not the history of Jackson State. We've always had presidents from Dr. Mason on back who stayed at least a decade, So so the last 10 years have been uncharted waters for Jackson State when it comes to leadership. But
I don't want to say something. Look, man, I'm going to say it. Fuck it. I don't care, man. I've been using terminology like, man, we got to blow this shit up, man. I'm sorry.
I mean, the same thing.
Like really got to, it just comes a point in time. Yeah. For those who grow beards, right? There comes a point in time where your face can get real brittle and your hair starts breaking and you done tried all the different moistures and oil. And every now and again, you got to just whack that shit off and start over, man. You got to let your face breathe and you got to get fresh new hair. And then it just takes, but TD, you know what I'm talking about. Nook, you know what I'm talking about. It takes better because when I used to, it can get real sensitive. When you comb your beard, your face hurt. You follow what I'm talking about? And then now it's like, you know what? You start getting holes and patches. That's why Joker be getting the little fill-ins, got the little dye because they face growing in. It happens. It's an analogy, but my point is the only way sometimes to fix a bad beard is to whack that bad baby off, let your face breathe, and start over.
So here's the thing too. We as a people have we have a thing about being comfortable, whether it's good, bad, and the thing we'll say is that's just the way it is, and then we want to talk about the shortcomings that we receive, but no one is making no one make real big strides to do anything about it, and then it makes you wonder, Brother Jerome. How many people within, really want to make those strides? Because like Ken alluded to earlier, a lot of people are making a come up on Jackson State, and a lot of people have titles and power, and they know if a lot of change come, then therefore,
it's going to cause them to have to do some work. It's going to have to cause them to get off their ass and do some work.
Can I say something?
You can.
To that right there, what does a restart look like? It don't matter. It got to be better than what we got right now.
Let me tell you what it looks like.
Start over.
Is Jackson State a business or is it just a collection of buildings?
It's a business.
It's a business, right?
Yeah.
And I've been in leadership for a little while. Okay. The first thing you have to do when you come in is you have to come in and you have to read, you have to establish what it is. It's just like a house renovation. You get an assessment, you get some, you come in and clean eyes can see some things that so I learned something in Bible class, actually. It's called olfactory fatigue. Those that don't know what it is, and Jackson State is suffering from olfactory fatigue. What is olfactory fatigue? Fatigue of your senses is when you sit. You ever sat in the bathroom and you let out a good one? But you know, in this, you know how you be. You know how you can, if you take your cell phone and now you get to scrolling, and next thing you know, before your leg go to sleep, you done sat in there and you done become one with the funk, and you no longer smell it.
Yes.
But if somebody else walking there, they go, "Ooh, what the hell?" That's what it is. So it's really a terminology of like when you go to like nursing homes where someone's sense of smell has just become so fatigued that they can no longer smell themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You now have a stench that's beyond recognition, and you are now numb to it. And when you have layers and layers and layers of a restart, and you can't even really see through the new restart because you gone and you got a scandal here. Damn, he gone already. You know what I'm saying? Now you're in a situation where it's compounded chaos and compounded instability. So now you got to go in and you got to damn near do a gut job. You got to see who's in here for what we're trying to do. You come in, establish the mission. This is what we are. This is where we are. Jackson State needs that diagram in the mall that says you are here.
Mm-hmm.
We got to accept what we see. It doesn't matter what you say we are. I understand the pride that comes with being a part of this culture and being a part of this university, and we want to hold our chests out. You can still hold your chest out and start over. We've had to do that in life.
Yes.
When we made bad decisions and your credit shot there. Maybe you didn't go through that. Maybe you didn't go through a divorce, or maybe you didn't go through your credit falling in the toilet and you had to restore yourself and you had to change your diet and you had to. But if first of all, if these people that's figuring out who our president is going to be don't know the criteria of what a successful president should have, then they need to be they don't need to be making this decision first and foremost. So apparently, so you want somebody coming in that has a vision, that has really some experience with getting it out of the mud from a standpoint of seeing an institution be here and taking it to here and be able to tell that story. So you go in with that experience already. You walk in, you assess the room, and when you assess the room, you assess the people. And some people may have to get walked out. Some people may be brought in, and it ain't a reestablishment of the same old junk. You know what I'm saying? And listen, don't get emotional because we're not in the room to know what's really happening. So before you go to think somebody's talking about you or they don't know, we don't know really. We just see the instability from an external kind of a top-down view. But if you from the inside and you can see what's really happening, you got all the intricate, gory details of just how bad it is. And trust me, with a platform like this, people talk. So I got privy to a little bit, just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So what a restart looks like is you come in, it's simplicity. You come in with a great vision. You assess and you diagnose the situation, figure out where you are, and you determine in that diagnosis, you're gonna with your vision, you're gonna couple the two. You figure out, all right, how do we get from here to here? You put together a strategic plan. You figure out who's buying into the vision, who stays, who goes, and then you go from there and you execute it. And that's what makes it uncomfortable. And it may take a little time, but after a while, it'll kind of die down a little bit. The noise kind of, you know what I'm saying? And then you get a new crop of young folk that come in that don't know that chaos, right? And they come in and they got fresh eyes and they got fresh energy. And, and then you just kind of move accordingly. Go ahead, Jerome. I saw you want to jump in there.
Yeah. So for anyone who, as Ken mentioned, likes to talk, I just want you to understand, outside of the campus, outside of Jackson, outside of Mississippi, we have thousands of alumni from coast to coast. And you you may understand what I'm about to say, but you may not. But it has been very embarrassing to be in certain spaces of employment, like let's say in the corporate level, and to have your colleagues who have been following what's been going on at Jackson State, regardless if it's our previous coach or just situation with previous presidents, and they ask you for your opinion on that. And these are necessarily not people who look like you. I would like to challenge anybody that likes to talk, quote unquote. Please keep that in mind, that we have thousands of alumni across the nation who are counting on you guys to guard the yard and to make us proud, because from the things that have happened over the last almost 10 years, quite a few alums have kind of shied away from the university. And we definitely need a leader to come in to repair and rebuild, retain and grow those relationships with alums that are in certain spaces that have those relationships and resources they can bring to the table. And I'm sorry, Rochelle, looked like you were about to say something.
No, I'm thinking about what you said. That's what I mean by I've got scriptures in my head, but it says my people perish for a lack of knowledge. And I think, Jerome, what you're saying is that because we don't think outside of our small box, we don't like what you're saying, like what you just said, there are people that are in spaces that could get funds for us, but because we are so unstable, we can't go ask nobody. I thought about what Ken said, to be a freshman at Jackson State, and before your senior year, we got 4 presidents. That's unimaginable. So some people may want to help us, but because our foundation right now is shaky, and yes, I got about this IHL, but I still believe the saying is that if we are solid and not divided, the reason that people can continue to do what they do to us because we think we are helpless. And I think even though they do make these decisions, they don't make these bad decisions for other universities around Jackson. So don't tell me, and I believe the reason they don't do that is because their alumni is strong, and then people are telling people what they ain't go accept. But for us, because we think our hands are tied and we can't do nothing, then that's why they're doing this mess. Mississippi State, Southern, they don't do that to them. But because we are not united, that's why I said is that if those kids walked out, I'm telling you, I would get a ticket. And I'm going to be marching with those kids. We will do that because your voices matter. And I think our children don't understand that. Don't run from this. Is this challenging? Yes. But if you want change, we can't always just get up and run. And we need them to take the lead because this is their school. I'm an alumni. But if they say this is what they're going to do, we all walking out and we all going down to that meeting and we all go demand change and we are what we want. And if they do that on the seriousness, not just screaming and yelling, but with an agenda, they're going to listen to us. I just believe that with all my heart.
Rochelle, doesn't that, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't the IHL make those decisions for the other public schools here in Mississippi as well?
They do, but I do believe with my heart because some other schools got more coins than we got, TD. Ole Miss ain't got this issue we got. Mississippi State ain't got this issue we got. The reason Jackson State got this issue is because we are a Black school in the capital city of Jackson, Mississippi, and they can't stand that. USM ain't got these issues either. Why they don't? They may, even though they talking, I don't care nobody say, them alumni with them coins is doing some stuff underneath the table. I don't care what you say because they got money. Money talk. We ain't got no coins.
So Rochelle, let me ask you this then, in the panel period. Just putting it out here. I'm not saying anything. I'm not on any side.
No, you good.
But the school that we mentioned, you know what I'm saying, they are, I guess, what we will call PWIs. So therefore, they have our Caucasian presidents, and you know what I'm saying, for the most part, I guess. And then we have, Black president we'll put in place.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, is it the IHL just appointing, people. I mean, who decide the color? Who decide what makes what, or who's going to go where? I mean, does it has to be a color theme?
I'm not even thinking about the color TV. This is what I'm thinking about. Even though those are other white presidents, trust me when I tell you, they're looking at the resumes of those presidents and what they can do for that school.
Yeah, I think
that's what I'm saying.
So when we get into the color discussion, I think that's we have had candidates that are greatly qualified. Jerome actually mentioned one, G. Johnson, alums that have phenomenal resumes and phenomenal credentials, TD, and they may not get the opportunity because IHL don't put them in the role. Like if you go back to President Biden, it was a resounding no. He was at Mississippi Valley, and we was like, "No, bro, I don't want him."
He wasn't even a finalist.
He wasn't a finalist, bro. You see what I'm saying? It's that type of stuff. It ain't that we don't have. So, to your point, it's
turned away.
Great question, but it's like we have to understand. I think the answer is in the details of how they come about the decision. And really, it just comes about via an appointment. They ain't really listening to us like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? They just do what they want to do. You feel me? So that's why it looks like, to Rochelle's point, you can make that case because it's like, how are we here and nobody else is? It's the same thing as so you have to ask those questions. Now, let me say this though, because this is where that conversation gets a little ugly. Did the IHL make the previous presidents go do what they did?
My point. Yeah.
The IHL ain't had nothing to do with that man being over, even though he won the case, but we know what he was over in Clinton doing. They had nothing to do with the IHL. That was personal, whatever, and I ain't gonna speak on it because I ain't trying to get into no legal nothing. I'm just going by what was public information.
Correct.
Now, you know that recently it was reported that the case was dismissed and all of that was kind of whatever, but we never really knew what happened with President Hudson. I don't think it was ever really publicly specified as far as like details. It was just the fact that he had to step down. Street committee had their different narratives and stuff, but that's all hearsay, TD. In the end, whatever it was obviously egregious enough that forced him to have to step down. Question you have to ask yourself is how much of that falls on the hands of the IHL? Or could we say IHL wasn't really vetting candidates properly? That's a case you can make. Did they really do their homework? Was there something there that they could have saw? Was there red flags? Did they really? And I'm thinking, if you're talking about being the leader, the face, the head, the president of a public institution, you would think that it would take a little bit more of a deep dive into some of those situations. And even if they do that, it still comes down to you still may be able to slip through the cracks on some stuff. There was a lot of candidates though that are in role right now. That are presidents at other institutions that wanted to be president at Jackson State, and they're thriving. They're doing well. There's alums that wanted to be president and put their name in the hat. I'm not sure if they did this time, but I do know in times past they wanted to be, and their credentials, TD, was better than anybody that you could have say we had over the past few seasons, not seasons, a few years. It feels like seasons because hell, the turnover and it's been just as bad, I'm just saying, who we got in the room at Jackson State? That's Devontae Davis. I'm sorry, bro. DD, I love you, big boy. Hell, DD done been through three. This is third president, man. And that's just the ugly truth. Now, doing a piss poor job from a professional standpoint in role falls on the hand of the IHL because you hired them. But when you get into like self-accountability and personal, morality, that type of stuff, man, that tend to fall the individual himself, but it's still going to come back to the IHL because they hired him. So
Ken, let me ask you this.
Yep.
As far as the alumni and our stakeholders, and I'll say this because Jackson State is a very unique HBCU. We see it among a lot of Power Fives. A lot of our fan base never even necessarily stepped foot on the campus, never attended a class. They just grew up a Jackson State fan.
Yeah.
So I include them in that question. What do we do? How do we mobilize? Because your platform is so large and you have so much respect from coast to coast. What would you like to see from the JSU community to mobilize as one moving forward with this topic?
That's a great question. I'll say this is platform is open to any alum that like to come up, and we got to have this conversation more often. You know, I'd love to continue the conversation. Man, that's what would I like to see is just, I would like to see us put a little bit more, action behind our inquisition. You know what I'm saying? We're inquiring about what's going on, but we got to go that extra step and really ask those questions. If it be on IHL, and we got to let our voices be heard. I know Rochelle spoke about the students unifying. I would like to see more of a concerted, unified effort. And I have to say, I'm not going to say that we don't care, but it just feels like, and maybe this is just me, it just feels like we're kind of numb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It feels like that. Because for us to be in the situation we're in, we really should be kicking and screaming right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We should be like, I'm talking about hair on fire, screaming, break glass. We should have already broke the glass and the fire extinguishers in hand. You know what I'm saying? And exit strategy is being implemented. And it's like, but sometimes you can get hit with so much, it's so often. And I go back to the comment earlier where they talked about all the stuff we've had to endure just as a base. You said something that's critical, and I'm thinking that I feel like what people have done to protect their mentals, I think some of our base is really just kind of checked out and just kind of distanced themselves for their own sake of their mental. It's almost like I gotta survive this. And the only way, because too much stuff is happening with Jackson State, is so much stuff that I gotta just unplug, bro. I gotta love it from a distance. Go ahead, bro.
It's almost like an election. A lot of people feel like, my vote not gonna matter. They're gonna put it in there who they want to put anyway. Even if you win by the popular vote, you still lose. You know what I'm saying? So, like you saying about people maybe checking out, I mean, they know that IHL going to be the one to choose who the president is going to be. So they're wondering, Brother Jerome, what their boys are going to do. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's only a few people voting. Or in other words, in this case, pushing forward. Go ahead.
Let me say this, Jerome. Whoever they decide, if we willing to book a flight to go support the students if they walk out,
let's go.
Hey, man, we gotta, on day one or whatever day, we have to demand a sit down with the next president.
Yeah.
And I ain't talking about, I don't know who going in that room, man. Who going in there representing us? Because if you ain't in there talking about what we need to be really talking about, you ain't speaking for me. You follow what I'm saying? Like, we need to have a real conversation, and it needs to be, look, hey, welcome. But look here, man, let's get this established out the gate. We done been through a lot of stuff right now. We need to make sure you in, you know what I'm saying? Like and there needs to be some serious accountability.
Yeah.
Like, hey, anything that don't look funny no more, that don't look funny, we need to be on folks' neck. Because we're also being the ones, like you just, like people, I don't know if people caught that, but you gave a real life example of how you are being affected.
Yeah.
In your real life. Now, it ain't got nothing to do with you, right? You're in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? You're in Charlotte, bro. You working, doing your thing. You work with, you got colleagues that keep up with what's going on. It's like a soap opera, bro. It's like,
you know what I'm saying? It's like a reality show, man.
Reality. Hell, we should have went ahead and let them do the college hill if we were gonna do like this. Yeah, we could at least made some money and got something for it. You follow what I'm saying? We giving it away for free. We ain't getting nothing for it. We just getting kicked in the teeth. Everybody's entertainment right now. We ain't getting $1 for it, and we still ain't got no president, and we still don't know who it's gonna be yet. Now, I'm not saying no disrespect to acting president Lane Hayes Anthony, who I adore. You know what I'm saying? She's just a sweet lady, and just being around and just have a great spirit about her.
Yeah.
And but then again, the thing about it though, it's kind of unfortunate for her. I think I won't even go down that road. I'm gonna leave that alone.
So I would like to say this. I think what would have helped or can help to kind of soften this blow, if you will, we still have been able to garner quite a few corporate partnerships, things like that. I know Jackson State signed a partnership with a very large bank about a year or two ago that started the first financial literacy program at a HBCU. It would be great to see content on social media, from the communications team regarding the, I guess, progress of that program, just showing videos of how students are, getting more financial literacy, stuff like that. These companies that Jackson State are signing these partnerships with, when we get grants, like we got this $1 million grant, multi-million-dollar grant. It's a kind of a consortium with Howard University. We need to see that, because things like that on social media is going to, I guess, kind of rejuvenate that trust and instill that kind of pride from the base that's kind of checked out. And it's also going to somewhat strengthen that relationship with those companies that have given us those grants and, those partnerships. So from a marketing and branding standpoint, communications, all that, I feel like there's just so many areas that can just be kind of fine-tuned and tweaked that could really just kind of help us through this transition period. But we're going to need a president on day one who knows the power and the, I guess, kind of reach of effective marketing and branding. Like you said, just a hard reset, just a hard restart. Because at this point, man, it's really needed. There's a lot of alums that are exhausted, not necessarily just from the presidential search, but to have so many presidents over a decade, and then, of course, the whole soap opera over the last 11 months, it is exhausting. And alums have kind of checked out and unplugged. But now it's time to get them replugged in. And the only way that's going to happen is if we have a dynamic leader coming in who is making some real boss moves on day one. And they're showing that they are cleaning house, and they're showing that they do have a vision. So, but again,
I'm glad you said that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm glad you said that. This whole notion that we're gonna operate in a silo and in secret, them days over with, man.
Sir.
Them days over with, man. We lost that like 2 presidents ago. And if the base is demanding transparency and updates, and that's what accountability looks like. It's almost like, like you hate to be a base that tries to micromanage the leader. Like it's like a reverse micromanagement in a sense. You just want a dynamic leader. I love that. And the reality of it is that we gotta, one thing we do, and I understand branding and marketing and pulling in people and building trust. The fastest way to build trust is to show your work. Saying show what you're doing, be transparent about it, and what you can. You can't show everything. I'm just saying like the stuff that is, and that could be through the form of like you said, rebranding efforts, taking a very serious approach to social media. Using every platform, being strategic, incorporating students, allow, whatever it takes, man. But that's all a part of a strategic, dynamic vision from a great leader and someone that really actually wants to do it, not someone that's just coming in to, because it's a great opportunity from a pay standpoint and a power standpoint. We need somebody that actually, in any form of education, but more specifically higher education, we need somebody that gives a damn about more than the perks. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there's a lot of perks that comes with being a university president. I'm pretty sure a lot of adoration, a lot of reverence, and stuff like that. But it's a tough job, man. It's hard work, and it's not it's not something that anybody can do. So the IHL is on
the clock
right now, man. They gotta come with it, man, because they failed us over this past decade, and beyond, actually. But go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, man, we are 4 years out of our 150th anniversary.
Wow.
And just to kind of put that into perspective, of course, last week we celebrated Founders Day, 146 years of elevating Black minds, millions of Black minds from coast to coast. As a leader here in Charlotte and within the alumni base, my mission is to always keep the main thing the main thing. And we've got alums that have bought into that. And I hope that the next leader understands kind of keeping that main thing central to, of course, the students, our relationships, alums, et cetera. But with that 150th anniversary, most HBCUs of our caliber, like Howard, Morgan State, Morehouse, A&T, normally when they celebrate a milestone anniversary, they kick off a very robust capital campaign. A couple of years ago, of course, we all saw Claflin, little tiny Claflin University in Orangeburg. Their alumni raised over $100 million. A&T 2 years ago in 2020, their capital campaign generated, I think, over $180 million. These are our peer institutions, and this is no slight to anyone on the call from some of the other SWAC schools, but quite a few of those schools have a regional designation. We have a national designation for a reason. And we never should be comparing ourselves to those kind of regional schools. We need to be always looking at our peer institutions as far as, some best practices. So if we can kick off a very robust capital campaign and just provide that vision of what that campaign looks like and what it would yield to, that would be a great way to, of course, rebuilding the trust among those alums and stakeholders. I applaud the Development Foundation for building such a robust, diverse national board. That's very, very impressive, just looking at their credentials and their expertise. And I feel like that's the first start to kind of reach back out to those alums. Because listen, I'm gonna tell you guys, we've got a lot of alums in a lot of different spaces and industries across the nation that are doing a kick-ass job. I don't know if you guys remember the person who actually brought in Michelle Obama to be our speaker. She was a JSU alumna, and I believe she was on Michelle's staff. Excuse me, Mrs. Obama's staff. So we've got folks in these spaces.
Right.
It's just, but it's definitely time to just start rekindling, reconnecting, bridging those relationships. I applaud the AD for assembling such wonderful schedules for the men's and women's teams, because
Yes.
When you're seeing the men's and women's team playing on the East Coast, I believe the men, because I'm definitely going to go to that game, I believe they play Georgetown and DC, and then you got the men, they're going out to Vegas to play A&T. The ladies are going out west. To me, it's intentional, because it gives those alums in those spaces that may be disconnected an opportunity to reconnect. So I definitely encourage all alumni, all JSU, absolutely, all JSU supporters on the call. If the men and women, not just the basketball teams, but any sport, are coming to your area within an hour drive, make it your business to go out there and support. Take the coach, out for lunch, or just do something special for the team while they're there, because that's a great way to kind of show that you're still invested and you care. And I definitely plan to connect with some DC alums. We've got a new Baltimore chapter. When I go out there to support the team when they play Georgetown, definitely want to do something nice for the team. But guys, we got a lot of momentum still. I don't want you to ever, I don't want you to ever feel. Let's be honest. We've seen darker days in our past.
Right.
So absolutely, this is not our first rodeo. We've got a lot of wonderful things going on. I don't know if you guys saw that there's so many young brothers on JSU's campus that over the summer they got these awesome internships on Wall Street, out in LA, and they perform very well with those companies. We got, on social media, the JSU Men of Excellence and the Collegiate 100, all these sisters, on campus that are doing amazing stuff. We just got to do a better job of telling our story and just know the productivity is still there. There's just some things that just need to be retweaked to get back to the JSU standard, not anybody else's standard that we may be surrounded around in the SWAC, but our standard, because we've never measured our success, our brand, our worth up to, I guess, in comparison to any of those other schools. We're Jackson State. So we may not be where we want to be right now. Thank God we're not where we used to be, but I'm thanking God for where we're going. We're going to be all right.
I love it, man. I love it. Anybody got anything to add to that?
And even for the young lady, when she became the senator, how she gave props out to Jackson State, and she's in California. So I'm like, we are everywhere. And I think what you said, Jerome, is so pivotal. So I'm just gonna have to hold on to Romans 8:28 right now, for we know that all things work together. And just trust it. But if not, we're gonna have to get together and we gonna work on some things together so we can get it together. This was a good
I was at the point where I was just like, man, we just need to get like 7 coaching church mothers to walk around the campus 7 times and come get ready. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's gonna take, man. So, but luckily things have stabilized. Roma's not burning. And just look, just look at looking at the economic impact that we've had on the city of Jackson still, looking at the amount of Black businesses we've been able to support, the reach and the impact of not only the university but alumni from Jackson State is pivotal. It's not even comparable to any other HBCU. So a lot of HBCUs are looking at us and they're like, man, we wish we had some of those variables. So I want you guys to be reminded of all the things that we're doing well, but just also be reminded that we've still got some work to do. And it's time to hold people accountable. A hard reset, keeping the main thing. And, if, of course, Brother Ken, he calls for us to mobilize and get into action, I want everybody to file in rank. As we say in the boom, cover down. So, catch the flash. So, Ken, whatever you suggest, I'm down. Because it's time for real leadership and it's going to come from within.
It will. I appreciate that. It'll be a collective call. I say that. Like I say, man, I appreciate you for real for coming up and having the courage to openly have this conversation again. I know you guys were. Shout out to Timona. She loves D. You guys had a chance to when she was doing the countdown to see kind of the update of the president. I think it was last Monday, if I'm not mistaken. But it was a great show then. And I saw some people tweeting that JSU Press Search account. And at this point, man, we just want it's time that we demand better. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's where we are right now. So it is going to have to come from within. It's we got a lot of good things that are working in our favor right now. If anyone, wants to come up and have, be a part of the conversation, or if there's something that they want to talk about, hit me up, man. Hit us up. We'd love to have you on. It's JSU Sports Chat, but listen, this is the thing, man. The president be at the games too. Shout out to acting president Elaine Hayes Anthony, who has done a phenomenal job, man, with making lemonade right now. She has it. And I by no stretch of the imagination we're not picking the president. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like we're just talking about what is needed. And if that just so happened to be her, we're going to get behind her 110 and go all in. But the same level of accountability is going to come to the front door and be asked that you meet that same demand. You know what I mean? This is what we need. And she is an alum. She is acting in the role right now. So she is way more abreast to what's going on with Jackson State than we are. So definitely no disrespect in regards to her. You know, I love Hayes Anthony, but I just want to see who is going to be that individual, and then we get started with the accountability piece. They can get started with their vision and building Jackson State into the best version of itself, and then we get started with our end of it, But like I said, platform's open, man, and I appreciate you for coming up, brother. Great point with the athletic schedules. It's going to be some fun stuff. We all ain't lost when football is over. We got 2 football games left over the next 3 weeks, and we go into the holiday season. But then we got men's and women's basketball. We got volleyball, soccer. We got a lot going on right now. Then we go into the track season, baseball again, and then and rinse, wash, repeat. You know what I'm saying? Wash, rinse, repeat, or whatever. So that's what I got for tonight, man. It was a little bit of everything. We touched on a little bit of that foolishness on Twitter. We touched on some sports, and then we get into some real in-house conversations, man. So every now and again, we got to have a show like this. If you guys are tuned in and you're not a channel member, you'd like to become a channel member, just click that link in every video that we drop. Join whatever level, bronze all the way to platinum. If you're a platinum member, we do have a platinum chat where we do have a lot more in-depth dialogue today. The platinum chat went crazy because we had some things that we did have a conversation with that. If you're not a platinum member, you're not privy to that conversation. You just have to wait until the world see it. So you see it when the world see it. But nevertheless, we're going to keep building this thing up. I had a conversation. I want to share this with you guys before we get out of here. I had a conversation traveling back home with a young man that's, has some travel. He basically heads a travel league. You know how you do those 7-on-7 travel tournament teams and stuff. And just got to talking about, Jackson State and all of that good stuff. And as I'm having this conversation with him, I told him, I said, I set in sales and leadership and all that, but I also do sports media. So we got a live YouTube show and we just talk about Jackson State, and said we need to be more active and demanding on picking our next president. Yeah, I think we just covered that. How much of our demand is gonna? I will say this though. I appreciate the comment. Let me ask you this, and I challenge someone to come up here and really, with knowledge of the entire process of how it works, come up and give us a breakdown as to what we really can do to affect that outcome. Like, what can we do? What does that look like? And let us know. So we can say be more active and demanding, but what does put that in shape and form? Because I could tell you right now, you can say that's abstract right now. You know what I'm saying? We need that to be concrete and have a definite shape to it so we know exactly what that looks like. Because there are a lot of alums that are willing to be more active and demanding if they knew how to be active and to demand, and not just, what do I do? Do I make a Facebook post? Do I send an email?
What's the plan?
Like, what is it? What does that look like? And what is it? Like, for real, for real. Do we need to holler at the homies and be like, hey, man, this joker, man, hit this joker, be like, hey, man, what does, you know what I'm saying? What does that look like? What does it look like? And if it's nothing, then we need to know what it is. And then the other strategy is that if your efforts lead to not getting the decision that you like, we formulate a plan where now that you in the house, you got to deal with us now. So now you're not going to be more apt to just go and do what the heck you want to do and be rogue and not have a level of accountability. Okay. That's all I'm saying. So anybody got anything before we get out of here?
No, because Wednesday we gonna do what? I just wanted to share this with y'all. I know I told y'all I spoke on Friday. I got a text this morning, Ken, and she said, I just wanted to read it to y'all. And I think it was Donna who said on Twitter that your gift will make room for you. She says, hello, hope all is well. My name is Dantella, and I am the founder of the Black Youth Empowerment Project within the nonprofit Youth Advocates for Change. I helped organize the BSA Summit that took place on Friday. Part of my nonprofit's mission is destigmatizing therapy within the Black community. I was really touched by your workshop. So I would love to get in touch with you to see if you would like to get involved and possibly speak during one of our meetings. Please let me know. God is just doing some amazing stuff in the therapy world for me. I did realize on Friday that it's not just therapy for me, but it is my ministry. So I have to take it into that era. And some of the kids, I got some of their responses back, and one of the biggest thing they said is that I felt safe with her. And this is my first time ever speaking TD to high school kids. Never spoke to high school kids before in my life, and these kids coming from some hard places in San Francisco, and they said I felt safe with her. So I don't take it at all lightly. I'm just happy that God has chose me to normalize therapy for my people. That's it. That's all.
Great point right there. Have more interaction with IHL. Okay, I like that. That's a little bit more meatier, but it's still missing a lot of substance. How do we have? I'm asking for someone that may not be privy to that. Like, have more interaction. Is that via email? Is that via that's all we're saying. It's not challenging it,
But have a plan.
Here's another one. We need a subject matter expert on the process. We need someone that's very well versed, and we need to be able to explain it as if you're talking to a third grader. Because it doesn't matter. Like, if I don't know, I don't know. I can be as intelligent as Albert Einstein or so, with a high IQ. But if I'm oblivious to a particular process, you say, well, just go Google. Like, yeah, we can Google it, but the hell, that takes too long. Somebody know what this is. You know what I'm saying? And let's have real dialogue and make yourself available so folks can actually come on here and listen to what it is, and then they can ask those questions. Because that's all. But yeah, awesome stuff, Miss No Gray. It's black and white for her. That's what it is. It's black and white. Either you black or you white. We ain't talking about color. Right?
Yeah.
Black is synonymous with unrighteousness. And white is synonymous for righteousness. And that's, it's what it is. You're either black or you white.
Yeah. But I love y'all. Then we'll do my notes and catch up.
It's No Gray. I like that. Good seeing you, sis. We'll wrap.
Love y'all.
I got something for you. Wait, whoa. I got something for you. I told you. Oh, yeah, I already texted you that. So, yeah.
I text you my address.
There you go. We're going to send that. What size you? Medium?
Uh-huh.
Gotcha. Got some merch I'm going to send over your way via someone that wanted to gift you with a nice little something, nice little hoodie or something. So,
Yeah.
TD, I can't. Hey, y'all send TD something too, man. Stop making it look like it's me, and I ain't showing my brothers no love, man. It ain't me, man. It's them.
I mean, I appreciate it, but I don't think about it. If they do, they do. If they don't,
you ain't got to. That's why I'm thinking for you. No, but it's all good, man. Actually, they do. I guess some folks working. I got another hoodie today, but I got to go back through my inboxes to see who the heck sent it to me. Because I'm like, ooh, I can't put it on and be like, yeah, hey, whoever did this, I appreciate. No, I got to make sure I shout them out correctly. So
this was for the ladies.
Yeah, this was for the ladies, man. They got one for Coach Tamika Reed and for Miss No Gray. So it's a ladies hoodie, and it's dope actually, man. So when she rocked that thing, I'm gonna not make her, but we're gonna have her to express who it is that sent it to her and how they can go get their merch and all that stuff. So that's all I got, man.
Love
Great
y'all.
show, and this is phenomenal. Wednesday night, we're going to get a little bit more in depth into the football show. The breakdown. We got an excellent matchup coming up Saturday versus Texas Southern. So looking forward. Demond Shields, I know he said he was going to come up and talk some football, TD. So, yeah, man, if you get a chance, if you haven't, make sure you scout that game, brother, because we got to come in with some game. Have you watched the game already?
Yeah, I watched some of the. We watched some of it coming in.
We was watching it on the way home, but
I saw some of the highlights and stuff. I picked out some things. I seen some things. So yeah, we'll be ready on Wednesday.
There it is, brother. Well, if you'd like to donate to this platform, you can hit the Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, become a channel member, or you can donate through the Super Chat. That's pretty much done. But thank you to everyone that is that tuned in tonight. As always, we appreciate the support. Love. Go Tigers.
Great day to be a Tiger. JSU By 40 campaign. Coach Taylor, I was just thinking, I was sitting in my office and we're talking about Jackson State athletics, the tradition of Jackson State. You played here. What if 50,000 alums gave $40 a month for 12 months?
Man, that would be huge. That's money in the bank for
athletic program. Let's do this, Coach. I'm challenging all 50,000 alumni of Jackson State University, supporters, fans. Let's give $40 a month to JSU By 40 campaign. 12 months, 12 million. September to August, let's win championships in the classroom. Let's support Jackson State University. Let's support athletics. And let's make sure our coaches and our student athletes are successful. So again, Coach Taylor and I are challenging you, all 50,000 alums, $40 a month for 12 months to support Jackson State athletics. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Support the JSU By 40 campaign. Visit gojsutigers.com/JSU By 40.